go screen out of the way. Let me get up my color editor. Thank you for the resub, DS Lucia.
Where does Razzmatazz
And
fit
just
in
so
the
you're
Colours
aware,
Museum?
here are the rankings that I have available for us. We have double S for top tier, absolute best shit. Gotta have a double S tier, right? That's important.
Yeah. Double S is like, I live for this. This is a color I think, okay, we can like obviously get through this, but I feel like something to be a double S is literally like, I would be willing to paint my bedroom this. Like, I feel like, or, you know,
Yeah,
at least
absolutely.
that level of passion, maybe not necessarily for that application, but that level of feeling of like, I'm glad to see this color in the world. It's great every time I look at it. Okay,
Yes.
so we have double S, S.
S, A, B, C, D, and then I skipped E because fuck E, we go directly to F.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty. I would like to rebrand SS as S plus in these 2020. And other than that,
Fair enough. Good point.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
we're good. Other than that, and yeah, we'll be using the list of wikipedia.org/wiki/list of colors, open parentheses, compact, close parentheses. Yeah, so like there will be there will be skin tones. We're not taking that into consideration. This is purely as colors on a page. So now that we've got that ground rule set, shall we start ranking these fucking colors?
Absolutely. And speaking of absolutely, let's start with absolute zero.
Our first color, which you've been looking at for a while on my screen, that's absolute zero, baby. Personally,
That's a pretty good blue.
I'm a big fan of like electric and electric adjacent blues. It's some of my favorite, like the really saturated blues. I think they're very striking. They're nice to look at and just really good damn color. I'm a big fan of it. I'd put this one probably in S, like regular S. I think I'm willing to start this one in S, I think.
Oof, going real hard in on that immediately.
I'm not gonna say S
going to
plus,
disagree with you.
But yeah, I just think it's a real good one. I think Absolute Zero is great here.
This is
I actually have no real reason to argue against it.
Yeah, like this is a really good one, I think, for like, again, if I saw like a cool object painted like this, I'd just be like, yo. Or like if someone had hallways and this was the lighting and the color, like the color of the lights, I'd be like, yo, am I in the future? Like this color just rules.
It's very handsome. It's a good shade of blue. And I mean, hey, it's also not like it's not a harsh blue, you know, at the same time.
Yeah. It's not so intense. It's not like pure blue or like a pure, like a pigmentation that, yeah, is just like harsh to look at if like coming out of a screen or something. I
saw that color a lot in Bayonetta 2.
Yeah. All right. So shall we agree in S and move to the next one? And thank you all for the resubs, by the way. So next color, and can you read me the hex code for this?
The next color is
just head to
B0B F1A.
B0B. Oh, I have to delete the original one first. Okay, so B0B F what?
F1A.
1A. Ooh, baby. That's right, baby. It's acid green.
I hate this.
I hate this. Bad is my opinion.
This color sucks.
This color has... Here's the thing, too. I would like to point out, there are applications for all colors because they exist. But this isn't ranking of application of colors. This is just...
It's just ranking of colors.
Ranking of colors. And on that... God, this sucks. Acid green just sucks, I feel like. Real butt
I'm putting
cheeks.
that down to D.
Yeah.
That's a D right there.
That's a D for sure. This color makes me think of being sick.
The best screen of 2020
yeah,
on
that's
January 11th.
exactly what I'm feeling too.
Yeah, as someone who very recently just finally used the neti pot for the first time.
Starting off with a whiplash.
I can say right away, this is pretty similar to some of the colors of the things that came out of my nose and or face when I was ill. So I'm gonna give this one a big old D. God, F is a little strong to start, but I'm gonna feel comfortable saying acid green is a D in my book. All right, what's our next color?
I don't think this is an F. I can see a situation where that's okay. Arrow is the next color, which is at 7CB 98.
And yo, thank you for the resubs again.
Is this stream sponsored
This is
by
a
Sonic Colors?
perfectly fine sky blue kind of color, you know?
Yeah, I'm not super passionate about this kind of color.
I hate this color with a passion. It is a garbage color.
This is always this is Aero, and my big thing with Aero here, AERO, is it's the kind of color that my dad used to have trouble seeing, because my dad had trouble telling between like light blues and grays and whites. Like he couldn't tell if there was blue and stuff, which is always weird. I don't know what kind of thing that is. So I wonder if I see it a little washed out or not, but I don't know. It just looks,
I want
Yeah,
this
it's kinda
color to
washed
go
out.
away
it's
forever.
kind of a boring sky blue. It's not really piercing. It feels like it's a sky that's a little depressing. Maybe a little clear, not quite. I don't know. This is like a B tier blue, I think.
Yeah, I'm thinking exactly on B tier. I'm on B right here. It's exactly in the middle. I think it's merely okay, I would argue.
And,
So-
yeah, B tier. Sounds good to me.
Yep, up next, C9FFE5.
C9FFB5.
E5.
Oh, ooh. Sorry, that's an illegal color, chat. Don't ignore that one. Oh, this is Aero Blue.
Yes, which is not really much of a
Seafoam?
blue.
It's really more of a seafoam green, yeah. Like we're in a very light seafoam green territory.
I wouldn't call this a blue myself. It's got a little bit too much green
It's
in
more
it
green.
to be blue.
Yeah, for sure. Like this is
No.
definitely pushing towards the green side.
It's also okay. I don't hate it. I don't like this color most of the time. It's got specific uses. I'm thinking directly at C for Aero Blue.
Oh, really? Okay. I actually like, I
Yeah.
like this one. I guess, I'm thinking about applications though, and like, I wouldn't really want to see this color in food. I really wouldn't want to see this color in architecture. The only time I want to see this color is like on an old ass car, like a cool old car with like kind of flat or slightly glossy version of this color.
Rankin colors,
I could see
boys.
looking pretty choice if it was like a 60s car or something, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty niche. You know what? I'll say, yeah, I'll agree with C. There's a lack of versatility to this color for sure.
Now, because of course you know every car model and make between 1965
Yeah.
and 1995, you
Yeah.
would know exactly where to put this Aero Blue car.
Yeah. I know a lot about. I've seen them all. And with that, our next color. Ooh, I like this one. I'll admit it.
B284BE.
Or B. There we are. African Violet.
Now that's a good violet.
That's a
I like
really
that.
good- That's pleasant. If I saw that on a flower, I'd be like, that's a nice flower. I'm about it.
Purple and violet shades have the quality of the less intense they are, frequently the more pleasant they end up looking, you know? And this is definitely on that list there. African Violet, I'm thinking you're an A.
Yeah, I'm pretty up on this one. This is the kind of color I could see in like a lot of wedding stuff. I could see it being used in weddings to like lend an air of royalty or, you know, upper classness along with some gold or white accents that could work pretty well. I'd say that's a pretty classic #classic combo, honestly, is the nice violet, gold, and white. It looks amazing every
No,
time.
but really,
So,
what is the best color?
yeah, I'm gonna say that's an A tier for sure. Strong agree. African Violet, good stuff.
Good color right there.
All right, I'm gonna tell you right now, this next one, dog shit. Hit me up with the X.
Oh yeah. 72A0C1.
Ugh, this is Air Superiority Blue. The name of it is
First off,
First of all, go fucking lick some boots elsewhere, motherfucker. I ain't into it. I ain't into this shit.
garbage name.
Terrible.
Sucks shit.
Just the worst.
At the same time, it's also kind of like just a strictly worse arrow.
It's
on top of that, just
it's
in
a
the shade.
muddled blue. Yeah, like it's a sky blue
Yeah.
that's really muddled.
Get that shit out of here. I'm putting you a D. Air Superiority
I'm gonna
Blue.
say, yeah, a D. That's a D. That's a solid D. Like it's strictly.
I
There's
don't-
so many better
I don't-
options. There's so many better options.
Yeah. I don't hate looking at it. That's the important thing that prevents it from being F, but I don't like looking at it.
It's also a very office wall color. It's an extremely office wall
Oh, yeah.
color in that It hides a little bit of dirt and a little bit of dust, so you don't got to clean it too often, but often enough. All right.
Just so you're aware, outside of S, and A, the fact that these are colored red, green, blue, purple has nothing to do with their ranking on the list. That's just I wanted to fill them up with colors. That's it.
Yeah. Next color
is a shade of white, so we'll skip that.
We'll skip that one. Yeah, Alabaster, you're out. Okay, this next one, I can see the color, but wow, they make you reach, huh? Hit me with that hex.
Yeah. F0, F8, FF. It's got so many Fs in it that you know that it has, it's maxed out a couple of the values.
It barely displays as not white on my monitor. Like, I can tell. In fact, I'm looking at it on two monitors. On my right one, it's a little more pronounced. On the left one, that basically just looks like white.
On my phone, it looks pretty much just like a white.
This is literally like someone thought about, you know what this is? You know what this is? So flavored seltzer like LaCroix, how it's like it's a sparkling water, but there's a lime having a think in the next room over. This is the color blue is having a think in the next room over from a white room. That's what
this is Ryu's favorite color right here. Yeah. This is the water without any ice color.
Yeah, this is the Shin Hadoken color. So I'm gonna say F. You know what? Nah, come on. Put some zazz in it.
Yeah, alright, fine.
Put some fucking English on it. Come on, Alice Blue. Get it together.
Alice Blue. Get out of here. Fuck off.
Hey.
Up next.
Fucking believe in yourself. Alright, speaking of believing in yourself, next color.
C46210. Was that a joke about our good friend Naruto, who's very fond of orange?
Believe it. Hi, everybody. It's Alloy Orange. And I would say... See, this one's weird because, like, on the Wikipedia page, it displays kind of really dark orange. On my right monitor, it's really bright orange. And on my left one, it's... Man, you start to notice some color differences with some of these. I don't know.
I like this.
I like this one. Yeah, this is, like, the kind of orange you can actually use in clothing without looking like a complete wad most of the time. So...
Plus, I'm very fond of the metallic shades of color, and this is a very good bronze.
Yeah,
right here.
Yeah, it's got a good hit of bronze in it for sure. I wouldn't use this on a house though. This would be terrible on a house.
Oh, absolutely not. Yeah, this would be very, very loud for a house.
I would say I would put this in probably like B tier, like B or A tier.
Yeah, this is a B.
Somewhere in there. Yeah, I'd be okay with either. So yeah, let's go ahead and just call that a B.
It's a completely solid shade of orange, and thank you for that. Sub, by the way, Avion. Up next is it's another one we're kind of thinking of a color. EFD, EFCD. Oh, sorry, EFD, ECD.
EFD, what?
ECD.
ECD?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. See, this one at least you can see the color a little bit more. But it is very much.
This is a good shade of color.
Yeah,
it's a good shade for slacks. I'll say that.
Yeah, I don't know. I like this one. It's got a neutral use. It's kind of It's a little orange in a way that I'm okay with.
It's merely okay. It's very. It's another office color for certain, though.
I'd say this is a C tier for me. This is kind of like the definition of a BC tier, in my opinion. Like, I guess this is okay. It's not like offensive or anything, but it's not good.
I'll give it I would be like on a low C. I don't have these set up to be C plus minus or whatever, so just consider that.
So C. Yeah. I'd say probably C then, yeah. C or D. Yeah. Like, I think once we start hitting D, I think D is like unpleasant, right? Like once you cross into D, you're like, I actively don't like looking at this. So like C is kind of, I don't give a shit about it. It exists. Okay, yeah, so almond. It's fine, I guess.
Coming up next.
This one. Here we go.
E52, B50.
Folks, it's Amaranth. And holy moly.
Amaranth is the good shit, in my opinion. Amaranth is a good, solid, slight bit of pinkish color to that red. You know, it's not a pure saturated red, which makes it way easier to look at for long amounts of time. And it's just like the actual plant Amaranth, I'm putting Amaranth way high. That's another S tier for me.
This is a hell of a color. Yeah, this is like,
Yeah.
I would make an argument that this might push into S+ for me, because this is like
Okay,
just such a striking color, and it looks good on so many things. Like, once you go all in on like mathematical red, you start pushing into it being unpleasant or looking a bit gauche in some settings, but like the little bit of softness that Amaranth offers it really just lets it have a lot more application, and it's just a really pleasant color. Like, it does everything from, think about like a nice like a nice little village in like Denmark or something, you know, with like nice little houses and shit that are painted this color. Lovely, incredible. Think about seeing a flower that's this color. Incredible. Someone comes out with just a really nice dress and it's this color. Incredible. Like, you're all about it, right? Like, this color is just, I would be happy to see it just about anywhere. So I'm gonna say for S+ on this one.
I'm willing to agree with you. Yeah, I got no. You pretty solidly convinced me. Amaranth is a nice, solid S+. First S+ that we've got.
Amaranth.
All right.
I'm really feeling it.
Yeah. Now we're in kind of an Amaranth stretch for what it's worth.
Yeah, here's
So
the
next
thing.
up.
Amaranth is so sick that they felt the need to make 4 Amaranths afterwards, which I feel like, if anything, solidifies my opinion of Amaranth, that it's extremely good, and they've been chasing that high for a while. You'll get it sometime, Pantone. So hit me up with that next code.
9F2 B68.
B68. All right, and this is Amaranth Deep Purple, which, yo, that's putt-putt colored.
It is kind of putt-putt colored, and I don't dislike it at all. But I also think that it is not nearly as good of a color as original classic flavor Amaranth.
Yeah, this one to me is like, it's not quite as purple as I would like, but not quite as Amaranth as I would like either. I feel like this one is like, this is a good accent color to go with Amaranth or with a nice violet. I feel like this is like a really, really solid secondary color, but I feel like it doesn't really stand up on its own.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say Amaranth Deep Purple, just because if you want like a good solid up front, I feel like you've got better options in both Violet and Amaranth. I'd say this falls into like, maybe like an A tier. Like, I still really like it.
See, I do like it, and B is like roughly around where I start to like them. So I would put it down to B. I don't think it quite gets up to A. I wouldn't want to, like I said, it's a good accompaniment to basically any given color, but I wouldn't want it to ever be a primary thing.
Oh, dog. Okay, I just looked down into the B names, and there's some choice ones right away.
There's some good shit in there. Yeah.
Holy shit! All right, woo! This list is gonna get wild, y'all. All right, yeah, I'll go with B for that. So next one.
This would be F19CBB.
It's a soft pink. It's okay.
I like this pink. I'm actually pretty fond of good pastel-y soft pinks, and I think this one is one of the good choices.
Yeah.
It's I'd say it's kind of hard for me to really explain.
It's not soft enough that, like, it's not so soft that it just becomes washed out and kind of looks like gross, but it's not so bright that it's just like pink in your face ridiculous amounts. So I'd probably put this in about, I don't know, I'd say this is like an upper B, lower A for me.
I think it's more of an E. I like it more than Amaranth Deep Purple is kind of where I'm coming from, so I'd put it in the A myself.
I mean, hey, those can both be Bs. You know, there's a wide range.
They can.
If you would say like Amaranth Deep Purple's an upper B, then this would definitely be a lower A. Yes.
And that's kind of where I'm feeling on this.
I'd say like a lower A. I could take. Yeah.
Okay. Of the Amaranths, it's in there. It's not bad. Now up next, AB274F. I don't know why I said 27. I couldn't read that as two different digits. AB274F. So this one's Amaranth Purple, but it's not Amaranth Deep Purple. It's got more red in it than the Deep Purple does.
I'm not in on this one. This just feels like a very fabricated color. I don't know. There's something about it that just looks like it shouldn't exist. Like this, it feels like a color that was made in the lab, and I'm not into it.
Yeah, something like that. It's
yeah. There's just something about. I don't know. It doesn't look washed out. Like this color just doesn't look like it could exist for very long.
yeah, it's too like classic Tyrian purple. I think I never liked that color for me to really get into it. It's got too much red in it for. I like a combination of red blue on the purples and violets, and there's too much red in this, basically.
I feel like yeah, it looks kind of like beetroots. It feels like yeah, like it was amaranth purple made by a focus group. So,
yeah.
That's
I don't like it as much as deep purple.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this is like a lower B or upper C.
Lower B or upper C, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fine with putting in B still.
Yeah,
but
it's my least favorite of the amaranths for sure. Let's go ahead and put it in C. Just because, I mean, have you seen the other amaranths you have on the table?
Yeah, okay. I'm for it.
All right.
Now,
up
up next.
one. Yeah, this one is looking pretty spicy.
D3212D. Almost a palindrome.
This color whips. I love this shit.
Now, I like it, but I don't like it as much as regular amaranth. It's got slightly too much direct red in it.
We're pushing into, this is some Soul Bad Guy colors. This is going the other direction. This is red with a touch of amaranth, which I am into. It's very Knuckles.
It's too fire trucky, I think.
I mean, but sometimes you need that shit, right? Like, Fire Trucks is colored that way because you gotta look at them, and you need to. We need to be sure you look at them. It's very
now
bold.
when I'm saying this, I'm not now when I'm talking about this. I'm comparing it directly to original flavor amaranth when I'm doing this. Right?
Remember, we're talking about in a vacuum of colors. You don't.
Yes,
you don't have to think just because I'm not comparing it to amaranth. I'm comparing it to all the colors, and I'm thinking of it more as a red because it is more of a red. Like clearly, like I'm looking at the whole hex display of like if you changed all the different like saturation and brightness values, and that's just Mario red. That's just like a clean Mario. I
feel like it could be. I don't think it's quite there though. It's missing out on something to fully get into the the violent, powerful reds. But it also doesn't quite.
This looks like worn red clothing to me. This is like bright red clothing that has been worn and has stood the test of time and has been washed and taken care of, but has been worn for years and years. Like it's that kind of stuff. Like it's a tattered banner red that I'm into.
Yeah, I'm willing to put it into S. I'm willing to put it into S. Is what I'm getting.
I mean, I'll take A. I'll take A. I'll take high A for sure. High A is fine. I know. There's other stronger reds. I will agree to that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. If you, I could do either S or A. I'm just saying, like, I don't want to put it into S plus, is what I'm arguing.
Oh no, I wouldn't do that. No.
Yeah.
No, I'm not wilding.
Okay.
I would say this is an upper A, lower S in that range. Yeah, I'll say lower S.
Lower S is
what. It feels like historical red to me. This red has seen some shit.
Okay. With that, we're out of the amaranth. Up next, 3B7. A57. This one's just called Amazon. I like this shade of green.
I don't know how to judge this one. Yeah, this one's hard for me.
It's got slightly bit of blue, slightly desaturated, slightly dark. Got low value on it, but that's the thing. It's got a lot of. This is one of the more generically useful shades of green that you can get. It's not a powerful green. It's a nice low tier one, And I like it. I think it could be good. I think it goes very well with basically any of the more. Excuse me. It's got. First off, this is dumpster green, right? That's what the shit color is. But I like that.
Yeah.
I like that color green. It's useful for
it works,
infrastructure stuff.
It's green that's good in an urban setting. Like it's good for like it's kind of like a pool table green. You could see it inside of a bar. It's the kind of green that like you want some green, but it's not just like we're gonna build a rainforest cafe or some dumb shit.
With green, you have to be real choosy because there's technically more shades of green than any other color because it's the middle of the spectrum. That's just how it ends up working out. So you have to really find your specific green that you want to use. And this one, I feel like, has just enough uses that I like it more than most of the others.
Yeah. How are you feeling from a...
I'm thinking more like a B, like a high B is where I'd put it.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that. I was going to go with Yellow Low A, high B. So, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to put it on the B.
Amber is the next one. And
all right, so this is my shade, FFBF00.
I'm going to let you go off. Go off, King. I'm just going to let you go off about your love of piss.
So, fuck off. Anyway, I like yellow a lot. This is kind of something that I'm all about. Yellow is my favorite color, and I like a very slight orange tinge to yellow in general. Amber is one of the best available shades of that to me. It's not the best one. There's one farther in later that I know that I would consider be the S plus yellow. This isn't bad. This is more like, for me, an A yellow.
I would say this is an S for me. This is a really nice yellow. Yeah,
S yellow? That's fine with me, too.
This is the kind of yellow I would like to use a lot with, like, really deep, rich purples and stuff. Like, I feel like when you want a yellow, this is a really good yellow to have.
This is a yellow that, it's very bright, it's very energetic, and it's really nice, but it doesn't have that searing quality of yellow that goes too far to it.
Yeah.
And I like that a lot.
Also, this reminds me of Lego Guys. Because I feel like this is a very Lego Guys color.
That's fair, yeah. See, I think it still deserves only A, because there's better instances of this kind of color.
I mean, hey, there's a lot of colors, and there's only like 5 tier lists. There's going to be a lot of shit in the same tier. And that's fine.
That's fair. All right, sure. As it is.
Okay, and I'm going to get a thing up so I can change the names as well and have those on screen.
What's next is FF7
one second.
E00.
One second.
Okay.
I need to finish getting this set up. Where is font size? Yeah. I'm gonna need to get an outline on it as well.
Of note is that amber is an official color defined by the United States government to be used in... This is the yellow of vehicle lights. This is the go slow yellow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I like it. Oh, come on. Oh, why did OBS make the sidebars so tiny? I'm dying, Cloud. So is the planet. Me and the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there we go. Now we have some of that shit on there. And where is color source? Okay. Hit me up with that hex.
FF7
Yep.
E00.
Oh, wow. That's a good code. And it's a nice color. I like that one.
That's a fine shade of orange.
It's a really
Actually, don't particularly like orange much.
I love orange. I'm on the other end. I fucking love orange. Orange is one of my favorite colors. It's very strong. And this is a good one. I mean, this is the kind of orange you could, it's a good basketball, you know? It'd be a good hoodie.
Yeah.
I owned a hoodie that was this color of orange, and I wore it for like 2 years straight. It was fantastic. Very comfortable.
You could definitely charge up the Obama Rasengan while wearing this color of orange.
As well, yeah. Naruto definitely appreciates this orange, which is obviously another boost. I mean, I would say this is
It's a tasty color.
This is like a classic S for me. This is just a really good orange that I love looking at.
I'm willing to defer to you on those because
Yeah.
I will admit I'm a little bit biased against them. I would have put this more in A.
The trick with orange is it needs to be intense but not overwhelming, and this amber does that really well. Like, it's enough that your eye will be drawn to it no matter what, but also if it's like it won't wash you out. So I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna say S for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, I will defer to you on this one.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm willing to rate colors really high too because it's a ranking of colors, and I like them all.
Yeah.
Actually, that's the secret, Cap.
All
right.
Up next, 9966 CC.
Oh wow, that's a fun one to type in.
Yep.
Ooh.
That's amethyst, baby.
That's
That's a good color purple.
That's a good amethyst. Yeah, let me Yeah. Wow. That's a damn fine purple right there.
There's a gemstone named after this color, or rather vice versa. A color that is named after a gemstone, and that's good shit.
Yeah.
I am completely
Also, it's a birthstone, but only for geniuses, which is why it's mine as well.
This is the perfect shade of purple to go with gold, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is the flawless one.
Yeah.
I love this thing. It's a good primary shade of purple. I put it all over the place. It's not hard to look at for long. It's a good, like, slightly more blue than red kind of violet. I'm putting this at S as well. This could be an S+.
I was gonna say, that's the debate for me, is this S+ or is this S? And I feel like this is such a classic like color for clothing, architecture, artwork, gem design, you know, jewelry craft, all that shit. I feel like
it's too useful to not be S+, yeah.
I feel like it's gotta be S+. Yeah, like humans have fought each other over this color. Like, it's that level of good. So I gotta say S+ for Amethyst, for sure.
Fine with me.
Yeah. All right, and next one up.
I hate this. I hate this so much.
I love nature.
I love brands.
I love nature.
A4C639.
One sec. Let me get that back up. Unfortunately, I have to juggle now between the name and color source, and OBS won't let me have them both open at the same time. All right, next one.
A4C639.
Here's the thing.
Brands.
It makes me really sad that Android, the brand, decided to take away the color from Android, the character. Because Android 16 put in the work. He fucking helped fight Cell. He helped Teen Gohan overcome that shit. And fucking Brand's gonna come in and take credit from my boy. Down you go with Brands. F. Hard F. Get out of here. Die, okay. Brands. Silence.
See, I actually don't hate the color itself, but I agree with you.
I kind of do hate the color, and I extremely hate the messaging behind it.
Yeah. I'm just saying, though, thankfully, there's going to be other instances just like this.
There's literally apple green right around the corner, which is this, but strictly better, and also not Brands.
All right. Up next.
Yeah.
That'd be CD9575.
Okay, and let's go ahead, and the name of this one is Antique Brass.
Not really. This isn't Antique Brass. Antique Brass is much more yellow than this. Yeah, it is a misleading name.
I'm not sure what they're going for. Yeah, I mean, like, kind of a worn out pot, maybe?
It's not quite bronze, it's not quite brass, it's not really got any kind of vibrancy to it. This is one of the bad, like, metals that you could call it. I don't like it. I don't like antique brass. It's a fine color if you were to take it just on... Oh, excuse me. Like, it's an okay-ish clothing color, you know? Wouldn't hate wearing pants of this at a business casual situation. Would not want a blazer, though.
All right, I've upgraded the setup so I can do all this at the same time. I would say this is probably like a C or a D.
I'm thinking this is a D. Antique Brass is not great.
You know what this color kind of reminds me of? Master Belch from Earthbound, who is literally just a puddle of vomit. So I guess, yeah, D.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well. We got another one coming up at 665DIE. Sorry, nope, that's wrong. 5D1E.
And what else?
665D1E.
665D1E.
Yes.
And let's get the name on that. Antique Bronze.
Now, this one is much more... I like this one a lot more as far as the antique colors go. It's still not like a super handsome color by itself, but bronze actually does patina into this color, and it's not a bad color.
This is a natural copper, or a natural bronze rather. Like, that is a patina. I think this is one of them where I would never want to see too much of this color at once. is the thing.
I would also never want to wear it. Like, it's not
Yeah.
dark enough or green enough for me to want to wear it. It's very bronzy, bog color-y. So, like, I can respect it, but I don't really want to use
I
it.
still think,
So I
yeah,
guess-
I still think this is like a C or a D, because I think this is an actively unpleasant to look at color.
I guess I'd put it at D as well, but it is distinctly above antique brass.
Yes, that is fair. We can agree on that. Yeah. This is why we have tiers, because trying to do individual colors would take the rest of our life.
Yes.
Okay, and next color code.
915C83.
Oh, finally an antique color that doesn't suck my butt.
That'd be antique fuchsia.
And I rather like it, honestly.
Yeah, I'm for it. I don't hate this at all. It's pretty pleasant.
It's
a
no
little bit more
amethyst, but like it's good.
no amethyst.
Yeah.
This is a nice workman purple. You know, this thing gets the job done. Got no problem with antique fuchsia.
Yeah, I'd say this is an A.
I don't really know.
This is an A for me.
I don't know what's very antique about it. Sure, yeah, but
It's a little more worn than regular
nice enough.
fuchsia, I suppose, but I'd say that's a solid A.
still kind of like if you dyed a piece of clothing fuchsia and then over time it gets bleached by the sun a little bit, it'll turn this kind of color. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
A sounds fine.
Yeah, I'd say that's a classic A. All right, and our next color.
841 B2D.
Oh, I accidentally typed S. My bad. There we go. Ooh.
That's antique ruby.
That's pretty striking.
That's actually kind of nice. Yeah, I like it.
I gotta say,
It's a good burgundy-ish color.
on the stream now, I have like white text with a black outline, and I gotta say, it's actually making it a lot easier to get a feel for how these colors work in the wild.
Yes, in particular, that one right there actually becomes very striking with that blue, that white and black going
Yeah.
to it. You know,
Like, I feel like
it's very nice.
I would wear a shirt that just said antique ruby and was this color. Like, I would be about it. So I would say
Yeah.
I'd say this is an S for me. This is another very soul bad guy color, which I feel like is
Yeah,
the correct way to think about color.
I think it's kind of a strictly better amaranth purple too, myself. So like, I'm for it right there. Yeah,
All
that
right.
sounds fine. Antique ruby, get up there.
And I will say we skip the next one because it is literally a form of white and move to the one
Yep.
after.
It's a form of white that might be thinking about a color sometime, but it's not really.
Yeah.
All right, next. Oh, 008000.
Damn.
This is
Wow.
one of the pure greens, is what it is.
Whoa. Let me
There's
update.
no other shade involved in it.
Chat, this is really the name, just so you know. Oh. That's the
Yeah.
name of this one. Oh.
Thank you, It Is Sky, for the resub.
I'm into Ow. I'm into this color.
Yeah, this is a good green. This is very nice.
This green slaps and fucks. This has to be here. All right, let's get to the real debate. Is this S plus or is this just S? Because this is where it gets.
I think. Okay, so funnily enough, I just did some math really quick. This is exactly in the middle of green. There is no questions. It is. You cut 255 in half, you get out. That's it, and that's all it is. I think this is an S plus because it is a mathematical
This color is pronounced
perfection
here.
as well.
If you used some kind of spectrometer katana to slash color in half, you would have 2 chunks of owl. And for that, yeah, that's an S plus for sure.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for the resubs. The color is pronounced ew.
Ew.
All right.
It's super useful. It's super handsome. It's a good color in general. Speaking of good greens, though,
Yeah.
8D8600. Sorry, no, 8DB600.
Okay, I was gonna say, I was like, that's all wrong. Okay, so it was 8DB800.
600.
Oh, 600? Oh, yes. Okay, one last time. 8D, B as in boy, 600. Okay, there we go.
That's it. Yes.
I'd eat that apple. That's an apple.
That's a good ass apple.
That's
yeah,
an
that's a tasty looking apple.
And good news, because it's apple green. That's the name of the color. Hello. It's good.
Apple green. That's some good. That is some good green right there. That's appetizing. Looks nice. That's a nice like slight bit of yellow to it. I like it.
It makes me think of like,
I could use this.
It makes me think of like nice children's storybooks. I feel like they would use this color a lot. It's a very soft, worn green for like windswept plains and stuff. It looks nice. It's a clean green. I like it a lot.
It is also strictly better than Android Green. Both are not relating to branding, and also the color is more pleasant to look at.
Better. Yeah, it's just better. Android Green.
I put this at A.
I'd put this at A. Yeah, this is a solid A for me.
Yeah. I like me an apple green.
Absolutely.
Okay. We've got another one coming up of FBC EB1.
Okay, you got that right. Yep, there we go. And the color up is apricot.
Apricot. Apricots, huh? Are apricots a little bit more orange than this? I don't know.
I feel like this is the idealized apricot color because, yeah, they're usually pretty definitively more orange than this. This is another case of white that was thinking about orange nearby. Like, this is pleasant. I think it's better than that. Like, this is water with some apricot juice mixed in. So, like...
Yeah, I'm for that. It's okay. I don't hate it. I don't like the... I'm not going to be, like, thinking strongly of it, though. This is a C,
I would say it's a C. Yeah, I would say apricot's pretty C. Like, it's pretty boring. It's pretty fine. It's whatever. I wouldn't want it on infrastructure, and I certainly would not wear apricot clothing.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
All right, next one.
Yeah. Now we're talking.
Oh god, it sucks. Okay, hit me with the code.
00FFFF. That's how you know it's maxed out.
That's how you know it sucks ass, and its name is Aqua, and it's the worst. Hello,
now that's
Aqua.
some hot cyan right there.
Can we talk about how this is hot cyan and it's the worst? This is like, oh my god! Please don't do this. Please don't do this. Do not.
I feel like I've always held this opinion. The hot cyan is actually the least pleasant color to look at.
It's awful.
Like
It's a bastardization of all that is good and pure in the color blue, and it makes me very upset. Yo, thank you for the resub. Yeah, this sucks. It sucks to look at.
Aqua.
Yeah, it just sucks in general. Like it hurts to look at. There's so many good blues. Why would you ever use this one? So
yeah.
So
F. I think this is an F.
F. Aqua's an F. Get the fuck out of here. Garbage. All right, hit me up with the next color. Let's make things more pleasant around here.
7FFF D4.
All right. Okay. Now let's try that aqua and tag on a little bit of marine. Let's see how that does.
There's a little bit of red in this, and a little bit less blue, actually. I think, or a little bit less green. No, it's less blue. It's less blue. RGB. Yeah. I like this a lot more.
Yeah.
There's some really, really good use of aquamarine as a color. The Plitvice Lakes in Croatia are this shade of, aquamarine, and it is absolutely gorgeous. If you ever find this in nature, it's always really nice looking.
I love this one. Yeah, this is the actual like titular seafoam green. When people talk about it, this is what they're talking about, and it's just like you only ever find this color in really like nice, pleasant places. It reminds me a lot of like just like different beaches in Florida and whatnot. It's good. Mm-hmm. It's good. I like it a lot.
Aquamarine sounds like an A to me.
I would say it's an A. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Next one.
D0FF14. This is another maxed out of some variety, and man, Arctic Lime, you're not.
Yeah, I have to retype this name in fucking all caps because this is a Gatorade flavor and not a color, in my opinion.
This is the color of Mountain Dew is what it is right here.
Yeah, this one is like actively pretty repulsive. I'd say this is a clean D.
Yeah, I don't even understand the name. Why is it Arctic Lime?
I don't know.
What's Arctic about this?
It's leaning farther into, I don't know, because I'm looking at it too, and it's borderline maxed out because it's at the very top of. So like the way I'm looking at it is that I don't know what the exact term is, but the big square that's got the color maxed out on one corner, white maxed out on the other, and then black along the bottom, like the saturation versus brightness, and then the color on the bottom. And it's just like maxed out brightness and almost maxed out saturation. This is like really close. Like here, I'm just gonna move this all the way to true maxed out gross ass green. And
it is a 255 green. It is a maxed out green.
The difference is borderline nothing. Like it's really hard to see. Like I did it already, and I don't know if anyone in chat even picked up on it because it's borderline that. Yeah, just trash. I'd say it's probably. Is it F? Is it F or is it D?
I think this is a D.
D.
This is a D.
All D.
Yeah. All right. 6C B4EE.
Oh, 1 second. Okay, go ahead.
6C B4EE.
Okay. Okay, Argentinian blue. I see you.
Argentinian blue. Yeah. You're a pretty nice blue.
I like this.
It's good. I don't hate it. Argentina, you've got a good blue. That's good work, Argentina.
Hey,
I guess.
Argentina. Good stuff. This is like a good.
It actually.
This is a good digital representation of the sky blue.
Mm-hmm. It apparently is, in fact, the exact shade of blue used on the flag of Argentina. Okay, that's why it's Argentinian blue.
Good stuff, Argentina. Good color choice. I like it.
I think you're a good B.
I'd say it's an A. I mean, I'd say this is an A at least. I would put this wherever. Like, this is a really solid blue.
Sure, yeah, it's a fine enough blue.
Yeah. If I saw this in the sky, I'd be pretty for it. All right. Army,
okay.
Go, hit me over that army color.
4B5320. Army green, huh?
I mean, you support the troops as a concept, but so the
some very important scientific research going on.
I don't
here.
know. I mean, olive drab is like.
It doesn't suck, is like the important thing. It's got uses. It's not bad. I'd wear pants the shade, for instance. I just like.
I'd say this is a C. This is like a bottom C for me. This is like the bottom of C. This is like serviceable, but that's it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Army green it's usable. I don't hate it, but like I don't want to wear it most of the time. I don't want to see it most of the time. And the association's kind of rough.
Yeah, for sure.
That kind of thing.
Yeah. All right, next color. Ooh.
It's kind of a gray. We could skip that if you wanted to.
No, let's look at it. It's enough on the colors that I'll look at it.
8F9779.
9779. Yeah, like it's pretty definitively there's some green in there, but like it's that's bad.
It's pretty close to gray.
Yeah. Like, I think this sucks. I think this sucks a lot. I think it's like
artichoke kind of blows, yeah.
It's gross gray. It's gray that got a little sick, I think.
Like, man, like artichokes are greener than this too, right? That's not just me. It's kind of like a bad representation of what's a pretty tasty plant in general.
It's just really boring, and again, it's really boring and neutral and safe and not really anything. I would say this is another either bottom C, high D.
I think this is more of a high D at best, honestly.
Put it on the list.
Artichoke at D. Okay. Yeah, okay. E9 D66B.
Hey, all right. Hey,
Aerolide Yellow.
How's it going, Aerolide Yellow? Pretty good.
You're pretty all right. You got some stuff going for you. I don't hate you.
I like it. Yeah, this is very much a child's drawing of a sun. You know, in that kind of regard.
That's exactly what.
Yeah, it's very soft and nice. It's a solid yellow. Yeah.
It's a good solid. It's very usable. Yellow can be kind of too bright or too much for to be used in things as a non-primary color. And this one, you could put this alongside pretty much anything else and look just fine. Alongside red, alongside green, alongside blue. There's like no place where I wouldn't use this really.
Honestly, like I had a shirt that was this color and it's the only yellow piece of clothing I would ever wear because I look terrible in the rest of it. But this yellow pretty much worked. Like it was just a nice little rainbow design on it. It was good. It was good. Yeah. You know what? How do you rank this one?
It's kind of sandy. I think this would be an A or B.
Yeah,
A or B.
I'd say
Low
A,
high B.
Yeah, I'd say high A.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. I'll put it there at A.
I hope someone
next
at some
one
point
literally has
reviews
green in its name.
The percentage. Yeah, I'm skipping that one. Someone just figures out the percentage of like how many times I rated above the list and how many below the list, just to see who's more up on colors in general. All right. So next one.
All right, that'd be 87A96B.
I mean, I like it better
This
than
is
artichoke.
kind of what. Yeah, this is the color Artichoke wishes it was, sort of, which is not it really aspiring too highly, I guess.
Yeah. It's not a high bar.
Yeah, it's not a bad neutral shade of green, kind of low. It's also not a great one though. It's kind of too gray, I think, still for it to be very handsome.
For me, this is like a high C, low B, for sure.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is a C myself,
Yeah,
high C.
I'd give it a C. Yeah.
Yeah.
You passed asparagus, but try to do better next season.
This is the better color. This is the color I would prefer on camouflage setups, I guess, if I were to ever wear camo, which I don't think I ever would.
If I ever decided to wear camo, I guess. All right, move that next color.
FF9966. We're getting very close.
It's weird.
One of these days.
It's weird how a lot of times when it's like very close to mathematical colors, I don't like them.
I actually don't mind this one much though. It's a bit bright and a little bit too much, I think. But as far as oranges
my biggest
go,
problem is it's too bright, and yet it still feels washed out. Like they went just far enough away from the saturation that I'm like, I wish it was more orange. I wish there was a little more orange in this. I wish you either dropped the brightness a little bit or gave it a little more. I like
either less blue or more green is kind of what you're looking for.
Yeah, like I really like the color overall. It just feels like it's not getting to either side. And the name is pretty good. Atomic Tangerine.
The name is quite strong.
So I'm gonna go ahead. I'd say Atomic Tangerine falls into A for me.
Okay, I was actually thinking more of a B myself.
Yeah. I'll go B. Yeah, let's go B on that.
Yeah, it's not that I dislike the color at all. It's just I think it is fine for what it is, and it is not particularly useful, or like it doesn't hit any of the nice notes enough.
All right, next color.
A52, A2A.
I gotta be honest. I'm a big fan of this one. This is pure Auburn, baby. And
this is nice, solid Auburn.
I typed Auburn. Get his ass. 1 sec.
Oh, you said Auburn.
Auburn.
Yeah, let's get some Auburn hair. Yeah,
Auburn
I've got the Auburn hair.
Okay, I fixed it.
Good work.
I like this one a lot. I'll be honest. This is
Auburn's a nice color. Yeah,
I love this shit. I mean, I'm a redhead, so I'm biased towards it for sure. But God, it's good. I love seeing it anywhere.
I think I'm wearing a shirt that you could define as Auburn right now, actually. So, I like it.
I like Auburn on like a jacket, like a varsity jacket. It's a good shirt color. A bit audacious for pants, I would say, but I think if we're talking upper body or like a nice one-piece dress or something along those lines, Auburn's pretty functional across the board. It's a good color for a race car. It's a good color for
excellent color.
Yeah, excellent color for a race car, you know, call it, you know, do that whole Redhead Association classic, fast cars, you know, all that stuff. I think this is an S. I wouldn't give it S+, but I would say an S for sure.
I'm willing to agree with you. Auburn's good shit. Okay.
I have to, 1 second, I have to double check my spelling because the next one's a doozy to spell. Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah, it is. FDEE00.
All right, this is Doc's turn to pronounce the color. Go nuts.
Aureolin.
Yeah,
it's
that's right.
Aureolin.
Aureolin. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. This is a pigment color, is what it is, and it is not commonly used because it is too much.
Yeah, this is 00FFFDEE00. Like, yeah, this is a pure yellow that you use. This is not meant to be used in public. I would say this is, as far as actual application and real world use, this is a D. But like, it's a useful D because if someone made a sign this color, you'd fucking see it. But at the same time, yeah, this is meant to be cut. This is an uncut color.
Yeah, it's very, very loud yellow. That's it's a violent yellow. I would not introduce this yellow to my parents. That kind of yellow.
Violent yellow is pretty good. I would also like to refer to it as serious Mr. Yellow and Shin Yellow. But yeah, I would say it's a D just because you don't. This is, again,
it's not very useful.
This is a mechanical color. This is a machine color.
Yeah. This is a yellow made from cobalt.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild. That's a weird salt. All right, up next. 568203.
Hey now.
Avocado.
Avocado. You love a nice avocado. Yeah. Oof. This is a good color for millennials.
It's a nice
like
forest
me.
green. Yeah.
Yeah. I like this one, legitimately. This is like coffee shop chairs color, kinda.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this
is
I'm
for it.
I feel like this is a rustic green is kind of how I would say it. Like, I could see it in a rustic setting, somewhere where you would define something as rustic. I could see this being perhaps curtains or a nice rug.
Yeah, I'm exactly on board with that. This is a good A tier.
I'd say it's an avocado. Yeah, I'd say it's an A for sure. It's
also a pretty appetizing shade for an avocado to be.
Yeah,
you know,
if
that's
I saw
good
that,
stuff.
I'd be like, yum yum. All right, next.
It's a good yellow. It's a good green. 007FF. We got ourselves a 007
Wait,
color right here.
007FF, and then what's the last letter?
F, sorry.
Oh, it's 3 Fs? Okay.
It's 3 Fs, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Now this is your I can get into. This is a very good flag color. I feel like this is Argentinian blue the second you pull it off the press.
Mm-hmm. This is one of those what do you call it? This is a perfect color. By that I mean like it's another one of those like halfway through exactly points, and this is also a pigment at the same time. So they somehow managed to make this like a baseline blue, you know?
And I'll be honest, I love Azure.
Azure's good.
This is a debate for me between S and S+, and I don't think it's S+ personally, but I think it's a pretty clean S. Like, this is another...
It's a pretty good S, yeah.
Just a wonderful blue. Pretty close to Sonic, but not quite. Not quite as bold as Sonic, but yeah.
Sonic's a bit darker these days. It's closer, it's actually pretty close, if not exactly on for classic Sonic, but it's not modern Sonic color.
There you go, you got it. Yeah, Archie Comic Sonic.
Right, okay. The next one is pretty much white.
But so, I just want to, I want to type it in, so we're not going to rank it, but let me show it to people, and so we can talk about the name being nonsense.
F0FFF.
And last letter?
F.
Okay. Yeah, this is Azure X11 web color, which I feel like is fake and made up, and not even slightly the same color. This is basically just white. Hey, you can't just call shit Azure for no fucking reason. You fucking monsters.
Get that shit out of here. That's garbage.
We're
not ranking it because it's basically white. But basically yeah.
White. All right, next one. We're into the B's, baby.
Yeah, finally. There's a lot of things to rank on ranking of colors. Holy
Yup.
shit. All right. 2E5 894.
Hey, folks, it's, and I made sure to
Bedazzled
spell it right.
blue.
Bedazzled blue, and yes, the apostrophe is in there.
Yeah.
I like it. I mean, this is kind of like this is blue jeans. This is very jeans to me.
It's okay.
I feel like it's a worn out blue. I feel like this is a blue.
It's
and
a worn out blue, yeah.
And I'm looking at where it falls in the graph, and it makes sense. It's like a little over halfway saturated, and a little over halfway between, you know, full brightness and full black. So I'm gonna go ahead and say, like, I don't know. This feels like an upper C, low B for me.
I think it's a C.
Right.
It's a washed out blue in that this is old jeans. It's not just regular
That's
jeans.
true.
These are old.
It's sad jeans.
Yeah. We're not at dad jeans. We're not even at mom jeans. We're at sad jeans with bedazzled blue.
Yeah. And next up we
All right,
have, and I
speaking
already
of
got
mom
the code,
jeans.
and it is baby blue. Folks,
Speaking of mom jeans, like I said.
this trying to think of when this blue has been used, like, well.
Occasionally painting the sky with it, but I don't want to wear this shade of blue, basically at any point. And I don't really particularly... I guess I wouldn't hate seeing an interior wall,
My
like
big problem with
wall
this
of
one
a room painted this color.
Is it's just like a low saturation, super high brightness white. I feel like with a little less brightness, it just becomes a lot higher. Like, I would say this is like a B, and then if you were to reduce the brightness a bit, it would slowly like slide closer to A.
Yeah, I'm for that. I think that's about right.
All right, I'm gonna finish juggling some windows here. All right, I'm ready for the next one.
Thank you, Pyroid, for the resub. A1CAF1.
What was that? A1CAF1?
Correct.
All right. Hey, speak of the devil, folks.
It's kind of pretty much exactly what you were describing, right?
Yep. This is actually, it's about the same brightness, but it's a little more desaturated. It's another case of, I just wanted it to be a little farther in any direction. That baby blue is not quite desaturated enough and not quite lowered brightness enough to be good. This one takes it one of those two possible directions. And yeah, I would say this is a pretty clean A for me. Like, pretty clean A or low B. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's, I'm thinking high B over low A myself. But I do think it's nice. Yeah.
I'll go with that. Yeah, that's fair to me.
It's baby blue eyes, which, like, I mean, sure, I guess.
Sure, you gotta give a name a color, I guess. You run out eventually.
Yep. So up next, that'd be F4C2C2.
I don't like this one. I'll be honest.
This is
like a shitty salmon that I'm not into.
Yeah, it goes well with other colors, but I don't think it's like good on its own.
It's too much red. I feel like you either want to cut the red a little more or lean it. Like, I don't know. It's in a really bad spot. Like, it's like this weird...
It is a little bit too much red, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I could see some nice Himalayan sea salt being about this color and about nothing else I'd want to see. Just in general, I just feel like it's pink for someone who's still too much of a coward to embrace pink, much like salmon. And in that regard, I also think it is a D.
Accurate, yeah. Yeah, sure, baby pinks is on the bottom of D. Well, not on the bottom of D, but in D.
And I'm going to nominate we skip baby powder because that's also just white.
That's a 254, 254, 250. You can't do that. That's just white. Come on.
That's white, my friends. Okay. So hit me up with that next pink.
FF91AF.
Folks, this is Baker Miller pink. Is this a brand pink?
Let me check. I don't know. No, it's not.
Okay. I'm not big on pinks in general. I'm gonna be honest. I'm pretty on pink. This is like Pepto-Bismol, I think. That's all.
It's pretty Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah.
I'm pretty for pink in a lot of situations, but not really this one, you know? Like, there are better pinks than this, for certain. I would not go for this one over a lot of others.
I would say this is
a C.
Yeah, C for me as well. Now, folks, this next color is about to have just the best name.
That'd be FAE7B5.
FAE7B5. Folks, it's time for Banana Mania. It's Banana Mania.
Banana Mania. Hell yeah.
I mean,
Let's get in there.
This is a really nice functional color for a shirt. This is a great shirt color.
Oh, yeah.
This is a really functional color in general. This is like a real... I just feel like this is a very high quality neutral, and I feel like those are rare. I feel like this is a great neutral. Like, if you were going to try and choose, like, I don't just want to wear white and black today. I want to give a little bit of color in my undershirt, but I, you know, still have a piece on top that I'm trying to have emphasis on. Oh, Banana Mania's got you, cuz.
If I'm wearing a dark blue suit, this is literally the perfect shirt color for that dark blue suit. You know what I mean? Like, no questions asked. It is funny how dull of a color it is overall. I mean dull in like a good way in this case, for having the best name of Banana Mania.
Yeah, no, it rules. Like, it's a powerful name. I mean, it's clearly supposed to be the inside of the banana, but I think the thing is it's an understated power. It's a lot like if, you know, Goku before he goes Super Saiyan, but he can, you know, it's just a lot of power seeping under the surface. That's Banana Mania to me. I think this is an A. I'd give Banana Mania.
I think this is an A, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hovering over A.
Yeah. Congratulations to Banana Mania. You did it.
Okay, so up next, this is where I'm willing to hoot and holler of FFE135.
And there we go, folks. It's Banana Yellow.
This is my favorite color.
I like it. I like this color a lot. I think it's quite good. Yeah.
Banana Yellow is the perfect level of, that's really bright and really powerful. That's a primary color for certain. But also is just got just enough red in it over like the other shades that I could actually be comfortable with looking at this for a long time. Wouldn't feel too uncomfortable around it. I think it's basically just better than the yellow amber, pretty much. Yeah. This is my jam. This is extremely my shade of yellow. This is a perfect...
Here's the thing for me. This is a yellow that is... It gives you... It feels like if you took amber and took a little bit, just like a single drop of the... Arolin or whatever, like the pure pigment yellow, and just give it a little zazz. Like, it's amber, but despite being like a little bit stronger and being a very pure yellow, it's just cut back enough that it's not making you bleed. It's like, this is the maximum intensity of yellow I would be okay with casually. Like you said, you know, like this is when you can hang around with. Yeah, for sure.
This is the like nasty yellow, but like the kind of nasty you're completely fine with being comfortable around still. This is someone you know you can trust, but is still dangerous.
Yo, shout outs to the Metal Queen for sending in painted their nails some S+ colors. Good shit.
Nice. I put this at S+ because that's me.
I mean, I would accept it. I would say that, I mean, here's the thing. I don't think you're gonna find, when you want a yellow that is a definitive yellow ass yellow, you're not going to get better than Banana Yellow. So I would say that's an S+ yellow. Not a lot of people are willing to put yellow in S+, but we think here. We actually do the science. Yeah. We give a shit. We care around here, which is why this next color gets extremely booed.
E0218A.
0218A. Boo! Boo this color.
Fuck off, friends.
Fuck off, Barbie Pink. Suck my shit, you dumb motherfucker. I hate this color. This is A, first of all, brand color. B, oh god, it's not a good pink. Like, it's just way too...
It's a magenta.
Yeah, it's really over the top and too much. Like, bright pink exists, and honestly, like... I don't know. This kind of pink just never feels good to me. Like, it always feels like, oof, it's bad. It's too much. I would rather have like a nice deep cerise or a deep pink or a dogwood rose, perhaps some kind of fuchsia. There are many options off of fuchsia that I feel like are better. This is just a really bad hot pink, I feel like, and it's a brand.
And being a magenta, it's one of those colors that is just a mix of two separate wavelengths that your brain is interpreting as a single color.
Yeah. I'd say probably D. I'd say.
Yeah. Oh, I put it on F.
Yeah, it's actively unpleasant. Yeah, I'd also accept F, I suppose.
It's actively unpleasant, plus it's got the brand association, which just immediately,
yeah.
I think, puts it down on F.
Yeah, especially because you know they'd enforce that shit as a copyright. So let's move on to our next color here.
7C0A02.
Folks, it's Barn Red. And
it's okay.
I like it. I think it's a nice solid This is a workman's red. I think Barn Red is a really good name for it because that's really the most appropriate association.
It is a barn. Yep.
Yeah.
It's definitely the side of a barn that you can look at and say,
this is a B red to me because it's more than functional. I think it is nice and actively pleasant to look at, but I also don't think it's super exciting or anything. So I'd say it's like a low to middle B for me.
That's fine.
Rustic
I'm willing
woods,
to go with that.
big trees. There's some big trees with these reds. I'd say that's a B. And
it's not quite bright enough for a good natural red, so it's very much a barn red. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a wood red. It's a very wood red as opposed to a flower red. And we're gonna go ahead and skip the next one because it's a gray.
BCD 4E6.
And this is Bew Blue.
Bow Blue.
I don't like it. I think it's nice. It's a nice soft one.
I think it's kind of pretentious to call this shade of color just beautiful blue, honestly.
Yeah.
I think they're kind of reaching a little bit on that one.
Yeah, they're a little bit up their own ass on that one.
See, I got it directly compared to Baby Blue Eyes, and that you were satisfied with how it compared with Baby Blue as going one direction a little bit, right? Mm-hmm. Bow Blue over here is that exact thing, but going even further on the desaturation and in the lessened green values, and I think it has gone too far again. It just doesn't get. It doesn't hit right.
It's pushing into gray. Yeah, it's pushing into gray again.
Yeah. I think this is a C myself. I don't particularly like it.
I'll allow it. Agreed.
Yeah. Up next will be 9F8170.
Folks, it's Beaver.
That's Beaver.
That's Beaver right there. Hey, everybody.
I know Beaver when I see one. That's Beaver.
That's
I can
Beaver.
look at that.
Right there. Grays are disqualified. It is not a matter of if they are good or not. We are not ranking anything that is purely white, black, or a shade in between. We have disqualified those from the list.
Yes.
But yeah, so what can I say?
Beaver.
Beaver. It's got to be Beaver.
I think I own a pair of pants that are basically this shade, and I do quite like them.
This is a very functional color. I think Beaver punches above its weight a good amount because you would think, oh, bland, boring. But then you think about it and you're like, I see a lot of Beaver in my day-to-day life,
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, strong agree. And there's a good reason for it. It's because, again, it reminds me a lot of Banana Mania in that it's an unexciting but very powerful and functional color. It's a beautiful neutral. Yeah. So I would say I'd put Beaver at A.
Yeah, okay. If I'm gonna put Banana Mania at A, Beaver probably deserves that as well. Mm-hmm. It's got the same sort of feel and qualities.
Yeah. I say we skip beige because it's kind of nothing as well.
It is worth noting that is actually the official general color of the universe.
What?
Beige is roughly around this. If you actually average together all of the light in the universe, it ends up being about beige.
All right, fine. Let me type in beige so we can appreciate the nature of our universe a little bit.
That'd be F5 DC.
Wow, it's the universe. It's
That's
beige.
it right there.
It's beige.
It's very boring.
Hey, it's the universe. It's beige.
I'm willing to not rate it or anything. It's just that that's just a fun fact about the color beige.
Yeah. There is something beautiful knowing that the void is beige.
Yep.
On average. Next one, 9C2542. And folks, that's a Big Dipper Ruby.
Now that's Big Dipper Ruby right there.
That's a Big Dipper Ruby right there. And not only is that a great name for a color, I think that's a pretty good color.
It's a pretty good color.
I mean, you know me,
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Auburn. I'm a fan of Amaranth, Red Amaranth, you know? I'd say this falls into that camp. I'd say this is that same group of just like, I'd take any of these at either S or A plus, you know? They're all good. They're all good. They're all in that same area because they're all good.
It's a slightly... I think this is a pretty similar to Amaranth Purple overall, is the thing. It's just that I think it does a little bit better, and it does have a fantastic name. I'd put it at B.
I think it's
myself.
more red. I mean, I'd say looking at, wait, we're trying to say Amaranth Purple. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I think the extra red does push it. I get where you're coming from, though. Was Amaranth Purple at, like, B?
Amaranth Purple's actually at C.
Huh. Because Big Dipper Ruby is pretty close, but it's got a lot more zazz behind it. I'd put it at B, then. Yeah. B
Yeah.
or A. Either one.
We can't support going back and redoing any of
No.
these.
Absolutely not. No,
That's just
we're
not-
no.
that's not
You know what?
scientific.
Hey, maybe once we're done in a year, we'll come back and take another look, but not now. No, this is one. There are too many, and this is too stupid for us to go back and be doing them all over and taking it too seriously. This next color sucks, and I'm putting it at F. That's my take. The end.
Yep.
I hate it. F.
E8, E5.
I already put it on screen. Don't worry. It's Bigfoot feet.
Okay, yep.
Bigfoot feet can big fuck off, in my opinion.
Bigfoot feet, you suck shit. Why are you called Bigfoot feet? Give me your...
Bad name.
This is a Crayola color.
First
Why
of all,
though?
Crayola company. Second of all, bad name. Third of all, I don't like the color. It's a bad orange. It's not orange enough to be fun. It's too washed out to be like. It's right between where I want. This is just a bad place for orange to be. I feel like the reason they had to say Bigfoot feet is because they realized like it's not good. It's like too orange to be a normal like flesh tone. It's weird. It's off by a little bit. I think this is a D. This is a D at least.
Oh, you bringing it up? You started to come around a little bit on Bigfoot.
I mean,
I put it at F already.
all right, it's F. Yeah, get out of here, Bigfoot feet. Name your colors better. Like, Crayola has some good names, right? They've hit some, but like Big Dipper Ruby, that's a Crayola, and that works. But Bigfoot feet, get it the fuck together, guys.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna nominate we skip Bisque. But
It's pretty much just beige.
I will allow the next one because we haven't had colors that deep in a minute.
Yeah, we've gotten a lot of brighter ones out of the way. So let's get like Barn Red is the darkest we've got for a bit. So 3D2 B1F.
Folks, it's Bister. Bistra.
Bistre.
Yeah, that's right. Bisto.
Bistre.
I'm usually pretty up on the browns in general. I don't know how I feel about this one though. It's
This is a very dark brown, and I actually kind of like. So I like dark browns. This is pretty much the shade.
Yeah.
Well, what my hair color is actually is Bistre right here.
it's a nice coffee color. I like it.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
It's not quite full on black. It's like you put just the tiniest bit of cream in it, basically. This is what
I could see
just the
Teespring or
latest
something having this be a default color on prints, right? Like
Yeah.
this could definitely be a default shirt that just most things would look good on top of.
Yeah, I would wear clothes of Bistre. I would not ideally be in a home painted this color, but you know, it's good.
I'd give it a B.
for what it needs to be. It's a B. Yeah,
I'd say it's a
Bistre
B.
is a pretty solid B.
All right, next one though, unfortunately, also exists. I don't know why they felt the need to make a sequel to Bistre, but they sure did. And folks,
And they fucked it up.
yeah, oh God, okay, 967117. Folks, you ever do bad? You ever take something good and you do bad instead?
Yeah, it's a Bistre Brown over here, and it's like, but why though?
This is an F. This is an F. This sucks so bad. I don't want this on anything.
This is extremely poop color. Is what it is.
This is what I imagine. This is like your number one concern if you ask somebody to do graphic design and you say like, just make sure you use a lot of greens and reds, and then afterwards they're like, oh, I forgot to tell you I'm colorblind. Like, this is the worst outcome. This is the worst thing they could accidentally pick. And for that, I would say this is an F. This is sickness. Yeah, this is somewhere between scabs and doo-doo, and I'm not for it.
Yeah. Bad curry color is
very baby poop for sure.
Okay, well, we're agreed on that. Bistre Brown can be at F, and
just the pits.
CAE 00D.
And folks, that's a bitter lemon.
That's it right there.
Oh, this is another one of them that I just feel like it's just a little too much still. It's better than Arctic Lime, but it's still too much. It still needs to be reined in just a little bit more.
Just a little. I could see myself using this. I'm not going to put it at D or F. I think this is a C.
No, this is a step above. This is a functional color. This is definitely above Arctic Lime, which was like a gross unpleasantness. Yeah. This is like, I could see ski jackets having this color used on them. It's a rare application, but it's an application regardless. I'd say this is a C.
Yeah, if we just get a little bit, just a little tiniest bit, like, easier to work with, this would be a very nice color.
Just like add a little bit more green or a little bit more yellow, and like add a little bit more green and maybe pull in the brightness a little or something like that. Yeah, there's work you could do. This is close, but still a C. All right. This next color has a hell of a name.
FE6 FSE. Sorry, nope. There's no S in hex.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
F5E.
Okay. So what was it? It was FE6
F5E.
F5E. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. This is bittersweet.
This is a nice color actually. I like it.
This is like
it's a slightly more red salmon.
It reminds me, this is like pushing into like poppy colors, which I'm always a big fan of. Like, as soon as a color is like a poppy color or like flower color, oh, they're just all wonderful. The colors on that plant are beautiful. And this, I would say, is like a young poppy to a certain extent. Like, it's got that kind of color. I like it a lot. I would say, for me, this is probably an A.
Yeah, I would agree with that. This is a good color in general. I enjoy the shade. It's quite usable.
And now for the sequel,
interesting
Bittersweet. It's Bittersweet Shimmer. And what's the color on that?
Yeah. BF4 F51.
Whoa.
It's less interesting Bittersweet.
I like it less. Yeah, I like it considerably less. This just feels like kind of another, this is like a worse Big Dipper Ruby or a worse Amaranth Purple.
Yeah.
I would say this is a low C for me. There's just so many better options to pull from.
I could, it's not very good. It's hard for me to describe exactly why I don't like it much.
Yeah, like I could see it being a C or a D, honestly. I'll let you choose C or D on that.
I think this is a C. I could still find places to use it. It's not that I couldn't. Like, this would not be a bad color for, like, this would actually be a fine car color. I think so. Like, it's not a bad one. It's pleasant enough for someone to want to do that, but also no one would want to steal it.
All right, we are skipping the next color because it's literally just black with full zeros. The next color, however, I'm going to put on screen, and the color is up there before I change the name, because I want everyone to know how much, like, see, like, oh, this is a nice, rich, it's got a red, it's like a red chocolatey brown. Oh, it's wonderful. This is a beautiful color. I'm a huge fan of this one. I don't know about you, Doc. Are you a huge fan of?
I like this one a lot, yeah.
Black bean, baby. It's bean colored, and it's great. I'm here for it. I'm here for beans.
Now, I'm thinking about those bean colors.
Extremely thinking about those beans.
This is a really, really, really useful shade of brown. It's got that very, very slight bit of red to it that... So, okay, as an artsman, I like to use very dark browns or very dark purples, sometimes both at the same time as the, like, shading of like, the very dark colors in general, depending whether it's cool or warm. And this is exactly the kind of warm color I would go to for those. This is the shadow cast by cool light color right here, and it is very good.
For me, this is the kind of color that, like, if I was planning on making something out of wood, like if I was planning on making a guitar, which I've done before, when I was looking for colors, this is the kind of color I would want on my wood. Like this deep, rich, mahogany-esque color. If you can get that, oh my god, it's so good. Or like stain a piece of wood to that color with like this kind of being the middle tone you're going for with the obvious gradients caused by, you know, the wood and the fiber and the, you know, flaws in the wood itself. I'd say this is an S. I love this color, dude.
Yeah, I'm for it too.
I love that. I love those beans. Thinking about those beans, baby. Black bean at S. You love to see it.
Every day.
Next one.
Is the next one a gray? I don't think it is. I think this is enough.
Do you think it's enough? Okay, I'll let you make the call there.
I think this is... It's fucking hard to tell.
We'll put it on screen.
I feel like this just barely doesn't count as a gray.
See, to me, this looks just dead gray to me, but that might be my weird eyes. No, okay, I can see the blue in it. Okay, this is black coral. I mean, it's better than gray.
It is better than gray. It's very, very, very slightly blue. Just like it's got just enough blue for me to consider it. This is the kind of... Okay, so here's the thing. This is the color that Russian blue cats are, pretty much. And I like that. It's got that Maltese... It's the Maltese color is what I describe it as. It
reminds me of like a sheer cliff face. Like the kind of rocks you see on that, where there's like a little bit of blue exposed. I mean, I like it a lot. I think it's boring, but I think I like it still. I don't know. This is between a B and a C for me. I'll let you make...
Yeah.
How do you want to call it?
I think I call it a B. I can find uses for black coral. This is, and I like I said, I appreciate the Maltese connection with it.
Yeah. All right, go for it.
The very slight hint to blue. This is basically as blue as animals get, and I like that about it. That makes it a very kind of natural sort of gray adjacent color.
Right.
Okay, well.
Next color, I have some issues with the name, based on my
The name is not very, the name's not very representative. So that's 253529.
So this is black leather jacket, which I am looking at and is clearly green.
That is definitely a green.
Clearly is green. Leather's not green, you fucking wads. And thank you for the reset.
You can make leather green.
Yeah, but like, what? That's green. Like, you can't fool me. F.
That's computers, and it's green.
This is illegal.
Oh, really?
This is. I'm saying it just purely because, hey, we've got to uphold something here, and until they rename this shit to green leather jacket, they can fuck off. Is what I think.
Okay, sure. I actually don't hate the color itself. I think this is quite usable and nice, but the name is not acceptable. It's true.
Yeah. Someone can put an asterisk there of just like, if they fix the name, we'll move it up. But till then, get out of here.
I'll put a footnote on it. I think I remember how to do that.
I will move to our next color, 3B3.
I don't remember how to do that, so let's just go ahead and ignore that.
Yeah, it's fine. If anyone takes this seriously, I'm going to be really just baffled. It is the most stupid tier list I could imagine. And here it is. All right, black olive is our next one here. That's just gray. Moving on.
Yeah, as is the next one, but I do want to mention the name of the next one because it's very confusing.
Yeah, so this next one is called Black Shadows. We're not going to rank it, but let me go ahead and put it on screen for you.
Yeah, so like you immediately think, Black Shadows? Okay, so that's got to be a real dark like
No.
very, very dark gray black color,
It's a
right?
color that's
But,
useful in like a partial transparency to make shadows appear. Like it's a useful color in art, I imagine, but yeah.
That ain't shadows, though. That is a very mid-tones color right
Yeah,
there.
That's ridiculous. And I will also say we'll skip to blast off bronze, I think.
Yeah, I'm for that.
Okay.
A57 164.
A57 164. That is blast off bronze, baby.
It's kind of a bad shade of bronze.
It's a
I don't
bad
like it
shade
much.
of bronze, and the thing that I'm looking at that's really fascinating is I've actually split it between my two monitors, and this color is the most wildly different between my two monitors I have ever seen. One of them is calibrated, the left one is, so I know that one's correct, but holy shit, that color's far off on the other one. The other one's like a little more red than it should be, but it's like it is dead ass. Like it on the left monitor, this is brown. On the right monitor, this is pink. It's crazy. On the correct calibrated ones, though, I will say, I don't like it. It's kind of a muddy
On
brown.
the monitor. Yeah, I don't really like it much at all. It's kind of muddy brown. It also isn't very saturated. It's kind of gray brown. You know, it's grayish
Yeah.
brown. It both doesn't have much in the way going for it. It's kind of ugly.
Calling this blast off is bullshit, in my opinion. So
Yeah, that's nothing.
yeah. Are we feeling D?
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 Yeah.
D.
Blast off bronze is bullshit.
Bullshit.
Hate that stuff.
Hate it. Can't get out of here.
All right. The next one. 318 CE7.
And it is Bleu de France. I'm sorry, Bleu de
Bleu
France.
de France.
That's right, Bleu de France.
Bleu de France is the shade of blue that's on the French flag, I'm pretty sure.
I mean,
It's
I like
blue,
it.
French blue.
It's a nice blue. Yeah.
It is the French blue. I mean, there's a reason why it's a national color, you know? It's good. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's a nice, solid, good blue.
I would say this is an A tier.
Yeah, sure. Bleu de France.
Classic A blue.
Right here.
Yeah. All right.
It's a good A tier blue.
I think we're about to get to a really controversial blue. I think this one could be really divisive here. This is Blizzard blue.
AC E5EE. I don't like this blue.
Okay, it's not as divisive as I thought. I also don't like this. This feels like to me this feels like you tried to lighten up Aqua, but it's still Aqua under there. And I know it's Aqua under there. You can't fool me. I would say this is D for me. This is like a D quality blue because it's basically just Aqua that they tried to make presentable.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to that. Like I'm pretty sure I'm with you there.
Yeah.
It's more of a it's kind of a cotton candy blue. I don't particularly like it.
And I like some cotton candy blues. I just think this is a bad one. Like I feel like there's no character in it. It really does just feel like someone was like, oh god, they found out Aqua's dog shit. Quick, lower the saturation. Oh no, they can still feel it. All right, so next
This is
up.
the light version of Black Coral over there, and the only reason why Black Coral works is because it is such a dark shade, I feel like.
Yeah. All right, next up we have Blood Red, which I've already typed in. It's 66 all zeros.
Yep.
I'm honestly not a huge fan of this kind of red. It's,
Me neither. It's
I'd like it to be a little more brown, or a little desaturated, or a little bit darker. It's just full intensity red with the brightness drop down, and I'm not really for that.
It's Barn Red is the strictly better version of this color. Basically.
I think so, yeah. Like there are better dark reds across the board. Like I think Antique Ruby is just a strictly better dark red.
Yep. Red is kind of a rough color to work with in that both light and dark reds both look kind of bad unless you introduce other colors to them.
Yeah, like I would much rather use like Barn Red. I would say this is like a B for me because it's still a fine red. Like it's not bad by any means. It's just I think you have a lot of better options to choose from.
Yeah. Blood Red can say B. That's fine with me.
Folks, this next one, you know it, you love it, you've heard of this color. Folks.
That's 0000FF.
Folks, it's
that
blue.
Is raw.
That
is the raw, harsh blue right there.
S. Even though it is still not, it's not perfect. I think blue needs some work because it is too intense on its own. I think putting blue before S is actually a crime.
Okay, I do think that blue has the problem of, you know, looking at it too much hurts your eyes.
For
like,
sure.
Physically.
For sure.
Damages them.
It's definitely not a blue you would want to use a lot of, but in small amounts, it's so powerful and so good.
All right.
I think it's still S. There's so much, like, I feel like we can't deny how influential blue's work is in colors. Like,
I guess you're right. I can't deny that.
Like, don't get me wrong.
Is...
I don't really enjoy listening to the Beatles that much, but I still respect how much influence they've had on music in the long term, and I feel like we need to recognize blues contributions to color theory.
That's okay. I'm for it. Color theory can hang with this. Blue it is. At S.
A. I'll give it A.
Okay. See, that's much more comfortable for me. I'll take it at A.
I could hear it in your voice, and I can see the argument for it, so I will lower it to A.
It's really harsh.
It's really
It is a
harsh.
very harsh color by itself.
But God, it's important. It's so important. I mean, here's the reason I'm going to go ahead and say I'll take this one at A is because the S plus blue is coming up in, like, just a little bit. So.
Yeah, okay. Up next is 1F7, 5FE. This is Crayola's definition of just blue. And I do like it. I don't like it a lot. I'm fine with just putting it at A as well. But I do like it.
I would say this is an A. Yeah, this is an A for the opposite reason that the other one was pulled from S down to A. This is just a really, like, it's a little more boring than I want my blues to be. This is an A or a B for me. So I'd say I'll accept A for that.
Yeah, it's... I don't agree with just calling this just blue. I guess is the thing I would say. This is not.
Oh, if you think
blue.
you don't agree with calling that blue, wait till the next one, friend. Because we're about to go in on an ass for calling some shit blue.
Yeah. All right. 0093.
Oh, I already put it in. Hey, Munsell. What the fuck? That's not just blue. Fuck off. This is a different color. Hey, Munsell, shut the fuck up. Watch your mouth. This isn't blue. What are you doing? Can we get a definition of who did this? Who defined this as default blue? There's too much green in here. How is this default blue? No.
There is the Munsell color system, and I guess this is the middle value of the blue?
Guess your color system fucking sucks, because you know what? You know what's the middle of our color system blue? Azure, baby. And that shit rips. So you can take your Munsell blue and shove it up your Munsell butt. I would say this is like a C.
Okay, yeah. I was hovering around C as well for Munsell blue.
And we agree that they need to fucking unname this shit blue and name it something else. Come up with a new name if you want to make up your own damn colors. Sons of bitches.
Get the fuck out of here. All right. 0087BD.
BD?
Yeah.
Okay, and this is NCS blue.
That's natural color system blue.
Yeah.
This is better than the Munsell blue, but it's still not like, I still wouldn't just call this just blue, you know?
Yeah,
I
could see this as being called nature's blue, because this is very much the core blue of nature.
This is deep water blue.
Yeah, this is deep sky, deep water blue for sure. I like this one.
I think this would be a good A.
I think this is an A blue. Yeah.
But I still, again, would not call this just flat out blue. That's me, though.
And I also would not call the next thing just flat out blue, but it is basically my favorite color of blue. So let's go ahead and get this in here.
0018AA.
Oh, baby. That's the future right there. You see that color? That's the future color. God damn. God damn. I love this Pantone blue. I would call it electric blue personally, but damn. I like this blue. I feel like this blue has the level of force behind it that like a very good violet has. It's like a really
This
strong,
is indigo.
It's I wouldn't say it's indigo, but I would say it is a very deep, rich blue.
Which is how I would describe indigo myself.
And that's fine, but it is actually farther towards the green side than the red side of blue.
Well, yeah, there's no red at all in indigo.
Is indigo towards... Wait, what is indigo towards? Wait, I thought indigo was towards the red side.
Indigo
purple.
has got the problem. So basically in Roy G. Biv, indigo is just dark blue, and technically speaking, blue in that is cyan.
Alright, fine. Then this is what regular human beings call blue. So
Exactly.
I will say this is S+ for me. This is the kind of thing. Someone said they got a dress in this color and it always gets compliments. Yeah, like... This is the kind
It's
of
a good
blue.
color.
Yeah, it's a very powerful upfront blue. This is the kind of blue that I would absolutely, again, talk about blue and gold. Another great combination. And this is the exact blue you would want with that blue and gold. It's very rich.
So you see here, right next to each other on S+, is Banana Yellow and the Pantone Blue. You combine those two, you've got yourself a color combination right there. Absolutely perfect.
Is that our only S pluses right now? Or do we have one more?
Well, no, we've got Amaranth, Amethyst, and Owl as well.
Damn. That's actually a really good S plus. I'm thinking about that and I'm like, yeah, I like those colors. So
yeah. We have here a red, a purple, a green, a yellow, and a blue. So we're actually kind of consistent so far. We've got our opinions on what are the best of these colors.
Yeah, we're doing science. That's the idea. Next one is Pigment Blue.
Yeah, this is just a natural pigment shade, I believe. This is the
33399. There we go.
This is the CMYK blue that you combine when you subtract out, what is it? Cyan and magenta, I think? Yeah, this is what happens when you combine those two. You get this as your CMYK blue.
I like this one.
It's okay. Yeah, it's good.
It's flexible. It has a lot of the same uses as Pantone Blue, but it's less intense. It's less over the top.
It's got a lot more red in it than it has like most of the other colors I'd call blue.
Yeah, for sure. And it's also like just a little less, like the brightness is pulled down a pretty good amount and it's desaturated a little bit. I like it. I think it's a good blue. I'd say this is like a solid A for me.
Yeah, 333399. So yeah, it's also very mathematical blue, and that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it is 153 blue, 51 red, 51 green. So
yeah,
it is like balanced towards blue, but it is a little washed out. But it's still technically a perfect blue balance.
Yeah. So Pigment Blue at A sounds good to me.
A sounds good to me. Yeah.
A2A200 for the next one.
Okay, A2A200. That's not right. That's not right at all.
Oh, sorry. A2A2D0.
Okay.
D and 0 look very similar.
That's fair. There we go. That's better. Bluebell.
My eyes are bad.
It's fine. It's a solid Blurple. I mean, it's pretty boring. I don't know.
It's pretty boring. It's got a lot of gray in it. It's not very
like
exciting.
This is like a C to me.
Yeah. I think that's about right.
All
Bluebell at C.
Next.
They call this one gray as blue-gray, but this is way more blue than most, like basically all the other grays.
This is more blue than Bluebell.
Also, folks, we got there.
6699. Hell yeah, it's blue-gray, baby.
6699cc.
Yep.
That is also my favorite Mario Kart difficulty play at.
6699cc, yeah. I like this one. I think it's a functional one.
This is good on okay, so we talked earlier about the bunch of different mild blues with baby blue eyes, bow blue and all that. I like blue gray the most out of those.
Okay.
This is a good. I'm still thinking I'm gonna put it at B still.
When you put it that way, I'm for it. I think this is it's very, very close to Baby Blue Eyes, but it's got a little bit more intensity behind it, and I think I appreciate that. It's just a little more.
It's darker.
Yeah.
Just slightly.
Just slightly.
And it's a way that helps it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still think it's at B, but like this is the highest of the blue Bs, basically.
I would say it's a high B. Yeah.
Yeah. This is also a point where I'm every time gray comes up in this, they spell it with an A, but I spell gray with an E.
I don't care either way. It's all fine by me. All right,
yeah.
next
Well,
color.
okay. Next.
Blue green. I'm not into it. I already got it. Yeah. I don't like this color.
Blue green is kind of muddying the waters on what really counts as a blue and a green.
It's a bad turquoise. It doesn't have any of the nuance of turquoise. I would not use this. Or aquamarine, basically. This is without the nuance of aquamarine is how I'd say. It's not very useful. It's too in the middle of those.
It's very close
and
to
even
Munsell
that doesn't really
blue.
have that much green.
Is the thing. Like,
Yeah.
it is very close to Munsell blue. Like, incredibly close to Munsell blue. Because that's 0147175. And this is 13152186. So it's like, yeah, this is within like 10 RGB of Munsell blue, and I feel about the same as I do for Munsell blue. So I'm gonna say we rate it the
Sounds
same
like a
as
C.
we rated Munsell blue, because it is
Yeah.
almost identical and feels about the same. At the very
Yeah,
least, they didn't call it. They at least did. See, here's the thing. Hey, I would like to point out why Munsell blue is bullshit. Because Munsell blue and blue green are almost the same color mathematically. And blue green has the decency to fucking admit there's green in there.
Yeah, agreed.
Sons of bitches. All right, blue jeans. What is the hex on that?
Blue jeans. 5D AD EC.
All right.
Now, they're calling this blue jeans. This is not a shade of blue I'd want for my jeans.
This is way too light for jeans.
Way too light, yeah.
Yeah.
This is a... It's a fine color on its own, but I would not wear this color in the way that... This is a fine shirt color. It's not a great pants color.
I would put this like about the same place I would put baby blue. I feel like it's got that same kind of use that baby blue does, just a little more intense. Like,
yeah, that's fair.
This is the one that the dad wears to church when he wants to stand out a little bit, and the baby blue isn't getting him the attention he wants. He switches to blue jeans. My
Fair
blue
enough.
jean shirt gonna pick up some Christian moms.
It's pretty similar to Argentinian blue, but Argentinian blue's got a little bit... It's got a little bit more red to it, I think, in a way that like works out. Yeah.
I would say this is like a B.
It's a B, yeah.
Yeah. All right, next one.
Up next.
Blue sapphire.
126. 180.
And let's see, this is blue jeans to me. This is closer to blue jeans.
It's got a little bit too much green for blue jeans, I think. But
Yeah, for sure.
we're getting up to what I would consider the blue jeans color in a moment.
Yeah.
This is what I want blue green to be. I want it to be darker like this, right? Like this is good on its own on its face.
This lets you put in some nice blue accents without making the whole scene focused around blue.
You know how red and blue are... They're colors that are actually kind of hard to work together with each other since they're two primary colors. Blue sapphire is the shade of blue I would want to associate with red,
Well,
basically.
I mean, it's Mario's jeans.
Exactly. Yeah, it's close to Mario's jeans.
This is the color of Mario's ass, which is why it works so well with both. Well, I think if anything, that proves that it works with both red and green, which is unprecedented flexibility for a blue.
That's true, yeah. Because, yeah, this is exactly the shade of blue that Mario's jeans in Super Smash Bros. Brawl are. That's how I would say it.
Those specific, specifically only the March 2017 patch of his jeans.
Listen, Mario's overalls in Brawl really stick out to me because that was the first time that they decided, we're
texturing
Mario
these
is wearing... He's wearing fucking denim, and you should know that.
It's
all
denim,
right,
baby. All right, so how would you place Blue Sapphire? I could see that being an AS tier, somewhere in there.
I put this in that A. It's an A for me.
Okay.
Blue Sapphire.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
Oh, we got a drawing.
8-2.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Rum Rusher. I would
8-2.
say that is an A or S tier colored character. Strong agree. I like it a lot. Some good blues. See, already doing the Lord's work, already making the art happen, folks. That's what we're here for. We're just, we're just giving you an idea. We're starting the discussion of color. Tier lists aren't the definitive be-all, end-all. They're just here to start a discussion and make you think about a thing. This is why we have tier lists in fighting games, so top players can talk about and discuss who's the best and kind of get their mind around it. Same thing with this. This is just a list to make you think about colors. You're going to disagree with us on some of that, and that's fine. But hey, you're thinking about colors for a bit, and that kicks ass. So let's get to Blue Violet.
8A2.
Yeah.
BE2.
BE2. Ooh.
This is nice.
This is
I like
nice.
this one.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
like this one a lot. This is a really good flower color, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. This is what, to get some violets, you want them to be as vibrant and as nice as this color, right? This is exactly what you're looking for with a violet.
Yeah. This
It's
one,
a good,
this is
solid,
This is my shit for sure. I like this one a lot.
another color that works wonderfully with yellow, basically all yellows. If you want to go with a mild yellow, this one works great as the primary version of it. Or it could be a good like accent to a brighter yellow. It's really nice and it's very versatile and good.
I would put this just slightly below Amethyst. I would say this is an S rank purple for me, like an S rank blue, violet,
Sure.
whatever you want to say. Like, it's great. It's just
put this S
fantastic.
rank.
Yeah.
Blue violet. You're turning blue violet. Blue violet. So up next, this is the color I would associate with jeans personally. 507 2A7.
Yeah, and if I remember, this is Blue Yonder, and I think that's named that because it may be a military designated color for aircraft stuff for
When did
camouflaging
this turn
through
into Home and
skies.
Gardens?
But regardless, I mean, this is a solid blue. This is a nice muted blue. This is very, yeah, I would say this is a blue jeans blue. We're pushing into the blue jeans area now.
This is at least the color I want to be wearing if I'm wearing blue jeans. This is the one. Which means it's a nice solid blue. It's a nice solid muted color. It's quite nice. I'm for it.
Yeah,
I don't know how highly I think of it,
I think
but I
B.
do like it.
I'd say this is a B.
Yeah.
It's a solid B, but it's
One
a
of-
B.
One of the just good, solid set of blues all on B at the same time. Because it's hard to have a bad blue, honestly. There's a couple, but most are fine.
You have to fuck up pretty good, yeah. 4, F8, 6, F7. So next color, and this is Blueberry. That'd be a very bright blueberry. But I guess I get what
Yeah,
they're going
blueberries
for.
are more purple.
Blueberries
really.
are very dark compared to this.
Yeah. I like it. Oh, okay. I know why this is called blueberry. I just looked it up. This is one of
scented
the
crayons?
scented crayons. Yeah.
Hell yeah, this color's got an associated smell that kind of whips in its
Mm-hmm.
own way. I like it. I think this is a solid blue. I don't think it has
This
to do
is
with
a nice
blueberries.
solid blue.
This is a solid blue. I would say this falls
There's
in
nothing
the
wrong.
baby blue eyes territory of slightly better than baby blue.
Yeah. This is another one that goes harder on a part of that, and in this case, it's just more regular blue. You know, there's not really too much going on with it. It's not very interesting, but it's good and solid.
Yeah.
I would say blueberry is right there alongside all the rest of those blues at B.
All right, and out of the blues finally for a minute here.
DE5, D83.
E83. It's blush.
Now we're talking about like what Barbie pink was earlier. This is what I want that color.
This is
to
that,
be.
but good.
This is a
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a nice one. This is a nice pink. Yeah, it gives you a lot of intensity and a lot of the intensity from the reds, but it's not eye-searing in any regard.
exactly. Also, no brands are involved in blush, and that's also nice.
Even better, baby. Yeah, so like when people were, I know when I was roasting on Barbie pink, there were some people like, "Yo, really? What do you want out of pink?" This is what I want out of
Yeah.
pink. I like
Exactly.
this.
It's like this is an actual pink too. Barbie pink was a magenta. That doesn't count. This one does. This one has almost relatively little, if any, blue to it. And in that case, it's a lot more red. It's nice. It's kind of pastel-y, but this is saturated enough that you can make it work well.
Yeah.
This right here, I think, is
this,
an A.
This
at
has
least.
40 points of blue over baseline because it's 222, 93, 121. So over the lowest, there is just a tiny hint of blue. And then a little bit of desaturation and a little bit of debrightening. I really like it though. Yeah, this is great. This is a great color.
I could go with either A or S for this. Is like a high A, low S kind
I would
of.
say this is a low S pink for me because this is a really nice pink.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a really workable, solid color.
Yep. Okay. Blush is there. Up next is one of the most confusingly named colors on here. I feel like 79443B.
Yeah, it's bowl.
I just looked this up. It's derived from Latin bolus for dirt. This is the color of dirt right here. You could just call this dirt.
This is well, I mean, spoilers for later down the list. There's another dirt. So this is.
Oh no.
What kind of? I gotta be honest, I don't like this one very much as far as like dirt colors go. I wish it just had a little more life in it, you know, like it had either a little more of the brown itself, or just a little less brightness, I guess, pull it closer to the ground, you know. But
it is a completely fine color for terracotta and stuff like that. What it's supposed to be of like clay, but like
even then, I want like probably a little more orange or red in it. I want a little more life in that terracotta. So I'd say this is a C.
Okay. Sure.
It's a humble functional brown, but I don't think it's gonna, blow any minds.
Yeah. Next, we're gonna skip, but it is bone.
Yeah, one sec. Let me go ahead and get some more music up here. Okay, yeah, we are going to skip bone because it is bone. The next color, unfortunately, we are not going to skip, as much as I would like to. I mean, hey, at the very least, they knew what they made sucks from the word go. This next color is Booger Buster.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Wow.
This was from the same set as Bigfoot Feet, so like,
Oh, that's why it also sucks.
Yes.
F?
See, okay, here's the problem.
I hate looking at this. Like, I actually actively dislike, like, on both monitors, this sucks. And I would like it to be any other color more than that. I'd say this is an F for me. This is a clean F.
I'm gonna make a weird argument for D, in that, okay, so here's the thing. Booger Buster here, it's hard for me to say that and still argue for D. I don't hate looking at it. It's exactly the right levels of like slightly greenish and yellowish to gray, I guess. Basically, this is very desaturated compared to like the bitter lemon and stuff like that.
But it's cut the yellow or cut the green. Either way, like it's just the wrong amount of both. I don't know. This just is the color of sick, which is what they were going for, right? Like, and I appreciate that. That doesn't mean I want it anywhere in my life. Like, I still think this is an F.
All right.
I could accept low D, but like, I really hate Booger Buster. Hey, I'm gonna argue for lowering Booger Buster for once.
I did go ahead and put it at F.
Okay, good. Hey,
for me, it's a high F though. It's a high F.
I will accept high F for Booger Buster. All right, next color here. We got bottle green at 006A4E. I mean, this is kind of dumpster green, right? Like, this is to a certain extent. It's a little more blue.
Yeah,
though.
it's a little bit brighter than the dumpster green. A little bit bluer, a little bit brighter. It's good though. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see this being used as like an industrial foam, like that kind of color. That'd be fine.
This is apparently the shade of green that when you turn it into glass. This is the the Heineken glass bottle.
Oh baby,
green.
It's a Heineken green, and that means it also was. I think they've used these and repurposed like into like glass houses, like what do you call them? Places where
greenhouses?
You grow plants good. Greenhouses, yes,
yeah,
thank
greenhouses.
you. Yeah, so you know what? If this green is if it's environmentally friendly, I think we bump it up a good amount for that. I think that's pretty good.
This is a good A green then.
I'd say it's an A green.
Bottle green?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either an A or an S. I'd be okay with either, but I'll settle with A. I like bottle green. Hey, bottle green, I'm on your side now, buddy. Ooh, speaking of other materials. Oh, yeah. Speaking of materials, it's CB4154. And that's brick red, baby.
CB4154. Brick red, which I actually wouldn't really call this brick red. It's a little bit too bright. Maybe it's because, like, I'm too used to natural lighting whenever I see brick, you know?
Yeah.
So everything looks slightly darker.
This is still brighter than brick is. I've worked with bricks. This is brighter than blush is the problem. Or rather, it's more intense than blush was. Like, this is a more intense blush. I feel like calling it brick red is doing it a disservice, because I feel like it's not a bad color, but I do feel like it is strictly worse than blush. I would say this is probably like a B or an A tier red for me.
Yeah, I would call this a B tier red myself.
Yeah.
It's not bad. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't think it's particularly useful, is something. And that's why I wouldn't put it at A. For almost all intents and purposes, I would rather either a like more red or a more blush, you know? Yeah. It's just not very useful on its own.
All right, and thank you for the follow. And everybody get ready, brace your eyes, because this next color is not going to hold back.
It's pretty rough.
Are you ready for bright green in 3, 2, 1, blam. Holy shit. Oh boy. Okay.
It's pretty bright.
I mean, I don't hate it, but I would not want to look at it for
either.
Extended periods. Okay.
Exactly, yeah.
How do you rate this? Because it's a good color. It's just it's a lot. It's a lot for a color to be.
It's a lot for certain. Man, like my phone has relatively low brightness on it because I use my phone properly. And like with the low brightness going on right now with that bright green, it is blindingly green. You know, even through it's slightly being darkened.
I think this falls under the mechanical clause of it's useful and it has a lot of good things, but you generally want to cut it with something else. I think this would fall in a similar place as like Aeolin or Aeolin, whatever it was. In that this is a machine green that you then will cut into a usable in real life green. So I would say this is like probably a C in that regard, because
it's more useful than the Aeolin by itself. So yeah, I'll put it at C.
Yeah, I think this is a clean C.
This
has merits, but don't use this uncut. Yeah. Don't just snort this. This would be like if you went into a kitchen and just started eating a bag of flour and everyone's like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, it's not that they hate flour, it's just you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, okay, so up next at D891EF.
Okay, Bright Lilac.
Bright Lilac, this is pretty good. This is okay, so like this is kind of like a lavender, which we'll get to eventually, I'm sure, but like more on the red kind of shades of things, and I'm pretty into it. It's good. This is another one of those shades of pink. This is a shade of pink I do like, you know?
Yeah. It's more towards the purple side, and I feel like it like really shows its purple influence while still clearly being like a, you know, relatively pink color. And it's subdued and it's just pleasant. I would say this is like an S or an A for me. I really like these ones.
Very good color for flowers to be as well.
Yeah, this is kind of like another, and I know there's going to be just a cluster of these really close purples all in S, but it's because I really like purple and I think it's a great color.
I'm going to say high A rather than full on.
I'll take high A.
Yeah.
That's absolutely understandable and acceptable.
There are better. It's a very good color, but I think that there are better versions, like better similar colors that would definitely deserve being an S for this.
Okay.
And it's like Amethyst is already the S+ version of this kind of thing.
It's so good. It's so good. Just thinking about Amethyst. What a color.
Yeah.
All right. And next one we have is Bright Maroon, which is weird to me because I always think of maroon as an inherently subdued color.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not big on this one. I'll be honest.
Not really. Yeah, I like regular maroon. Regular maroon's quite nice. It's very dark and like it's good. But bright maroon, which I'm assuming is just the same color but lifted on the brightness values of things. I'm not super into it. It's not very great. Like it's
it
perfectly serviceable and fine, but
it reminds me of the way I like. So the move from Amaranth to Amaranth Red, like the change that I liked there, it's like if they did the wrong thing instead, I feel like you would end up at bright maroon.
Yeah.
So I think for that, I would say this is like probably a C or a D for me. It's not a great one.
Yeah, I would say this is a C. I don't really dislike it much. So I'll put it at C rather than a D.
Sounds good.
So 1974D2 for the next one.
1974D2. And that's right, baby. It's bright navy blue.
Which is, again, another one that doesn't, like, I always associate navy blue inherently with being dark, right?
Yeah, navy blue is literally like you add, it's black that's having a think about blue, generally speaking. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, bright navy blue seems wrong.
I mean, bright navy blue is literally just blue, and I'm now comparing it side by side with Crayola blue, and they're
pretty
so
similar.
Close. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
there's a little bit more green to bright navy blue.
It's light dark blue, because it's 25, 116, 210 versus 31, 117, 254. So like, there's
it's actually just that there's less blue in it.
There's less blue in it by a little bit, so it's a little more dulled. I mean, I put it right around where like Crayola blue is, like a little bit lower. I think it's a little worse.
Yeah, I would put that. I would put it at B for that reason, because Crayola blue is up at A. So I would put this at B.
B
myself.
sounds good. Yeah, that sounds good. That logic tracks.
It's just kind of the same color, but slightly more muted and slightly less useful. And like, also the name is confusing.
Yeah, everybody stand
Can't
back.
just say that.
We're about to switch colors, and it's gonna be violent. Bam.
This is another mathematical color. This is bright pink.
Damn, that is bright pink. That is math. And I think of all the bright colors, this is the one I like the most, but I still am not. I love it when it's used
not bad,
so sparingly. Yeah. It's an accent color, but it's a very good 100%. Accent color.
Yeah.
I think this is the only bright that I would put in A tier, because when it is used, it is so evocative and so potent.
Okay.
I think it really is. Like, I would rate bright pink highly the same reason if someone were asking me about food, I would rate, like, black truffles highly. I love what they add to a dish. They give it a very distinct... The tiniest bit. And it really opens everything up and changes the context of the dish. Much in the same way, I think, like, a little bit of bright pink accent, it's either going to completely clash with everything and fucking ruin it, or it's going to really elevate it to something else and really get the atmosphere and aesthetic in it. So I think that's an A for that. Like, it's...
Okay.
There's nothing else really like it, right? Like, bright pink is so bold, but it actually can be used as an accent in a way that's very pleasant, because, you know, it's a color that's very close to, like a rose quartz or like some kind of gems color, you know, so stuff like that. It's also just very 80s. Yeah. And I think when held next to the next color, you will extremely understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, exactly alongside the next color. They go hand in hand in an aesthetic that, you know, one might describe as kind of unpleasant, or you could be really into it. It's up to you.
Yeah.
At 08E8DE.
It's bright turquoise, baby. And it's Windjammers. Whereas
it is pretty Windjammer.
I would put bright pink a lot higher. Bright turquoise, I think, only works in that specific context is the thing, right? Like,
yeah, kinda.
Bright pink is a thing all on its own. Bright turquoise without the pink can eat my butt, I think. Like, if this was on its own, I'd be like, hey, what the fuck? But as soon as there was pink around it, I'd be like, yeah! And on that, I think this can only be like a C.
Like C or B at most.
I would
C probably.
I would put it at C. Yeah. It extremely needs help for sure. Like, it's not vaporwave without the pink. If you just do the turquoise, that's just cowardice.
Yeah.
All right.
That's you trying to mute down the colors of the vaporwave, and like by doing that you're doing a disservice to both trying to tone it down and also not like using the worst of the two colors anyway, basically.
For sure. All right, our next color
So
here.
the next one's weird,
Bright yellow Crayola.
which I would not describe as a bright yellow.
It
This is
is-
actually kind of a darker yellow.
I would say this is definitely a goldenrod. We are approaching goldenrod territory with this one for sure.
Which I'm fine and into that, but this is yet another one I just don't think is appropriately named.
I like this color, but I definitely think I think the error here is like mathematically this is closer to yellow, but the red is so much more predominant that things get dragged into orange very quickly as opposed to other colors where there's like a bigger safety zone. So while this is like for all legal intents and purposes and study of the wavelength of light closer to yellow, the human brain definitely interprets it as an orange first. But I think it's really good though. I think this is a really lovely light orange. I would say this is probably a B or an A tier for me. I really
I'll put this in an A.
I put it in an A. Yeah, it's like a lovely sharp cheddar. Just like that lovely resub.
How do you feel about a bright turquoise or cyan paired with a gold
It
accent?
is definitely closer to yellow than anything else, but because your brain is likely to interpret higher green than red as more yellow than higher red than green, it just will inherently feel like it's more on the orange side of things. Yeah.
Our next color is I typed it in wrong.
F653. Okay.
F6.
It's
5-3.
A6.
A6. Okay, there we go. And it's Brilliant Rose.
This is another like much more pleasant magenta than some of the others we've seen so far. It's not as good as blush.
I feel like this is bright pink, but without the aesthetic connotations that bright pink inherently draws. Because it is basically the way I would describe it is Brilliant Rose is bright pink minus the neon. Like I would call bright pink a neon pink. I would not call Brilliant Rose a neon pink by any stretch of the imagination.
It is hot at most when you're going to talk about it. It is a hot pink, but it's not a
this is a nicely heated pink. I really like this one though. I think this is a great color for clothing. I think this color looks good on a lot of people. I think it's just a good
I feel like
color
this is A or B, high B, low A, or middle A. It could be how about just A?
I would low A. Yeah, I would A for Brilliant Rose.
It is pretty solid. It's good enough.
It's bold and functional as opposed to being too bold or just too bland.
Yeah. Up next is what the fuck is this?
Yeah, what is the name of this? What is Brink Pink?
At FB607F.
Yeah. Okay, Brink Pink.
Brink Pink, huh?
Brink Pink.
What's Brink?
Oh, Brink. Sorry, yeah, Brink Pink. What? This is like a weird salmon thing going on here.
It's got a weird name. It's a weird color, honestly. This is okay. Yeah, actually, that's a good definition. This is medium rare pink. This is the color of rare meat, basically, is what it is.
Kinda, yeah. Like it's on the brink between rare and medium rare. It would probably look like this.
Yeah. I mean, that makes it pretty appetizing, I guess. That's how I would say it.
Now I could go hog on some Brink Pink.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a B. I'm not inspired.
Yeah.
I like it, but
It's
I'm not
nothing
inspired
inspiring.
by it.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. It's tasty enough, I guess, but like I don't really want to wear it. I don't want to see it on a building. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I feel like its uses are limited. It's a fine color on its own, but
C.
yeah.
That's a C.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm describing a C just by saying that.
You certainly are.
Okay.
And the next color fucking has a hell of a name. I'm guessing this is a brand and or company thing, but it's British Racing Green.
There is just a specific color of international motor racing colors, and it's just all of them are this shade of green, I guess.
Word.
Huh.
I like it.
If you're gonna
I really
race
like
in Great
this
Britain,
green.
this is your jam. It's a nice solid green. Yeah, I can see why they would choose this as the iconic green for them. It's just that, what a confusing shade, like, name for it to be.
Yeah, I mean, this is a cool, I think this is a cool color for a car, for like accents. Like if you had a car that's like white and green, you know, that'll look pretty fire. Yeah.
Primarily the green, but with like white down, like white stripes or something, like a white chevron on the front. It looked really good as a racing car.
Yeah. I also think this is another one that would go well with a nice, a lot of more warm metals. So like it would go well with like gold or copper or bronze, brass, those kind of colors. I mean, this is very close. This is closer to an actual patina color in a way that I really like. Like thinking of this as like a patina on a like bronze statue makes a lot of sense, or brass, whatever it is. Yeah.
This is a completely fine shade of green.
Yeah. I like this one. I'd say this is an A or an S for me. This might even be an S because I don't think we have a lot of representation of this kind of green, and I really like this one. Like, this is a very nice, reserved green. It's very functional. It gives you a lot of color, gives you a lot of flavor, but it doesn't like overwhelm everything else. So I'd say it's an S.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. I went ahead and put that up.
Speaking of metals, yeah.
CD7F32. And, well, here we are. That's bronze right there.
Bronze, folks.
This is fresh bronze. Like, you just cast this bronze and then shaded up and polished it a bit. I mean, hell, that's a handsome color for good reason. It's a nice kind of, it's orangey, but it's kind of darker, but also not really desaturated or that muted. It's useful on that front. It's the joy of orange while maintaining neutrality. Yes, that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like bronze. I would say bronze is an A. I wouldn't say it's much higher than that. Especially because I defined A as bronze, but hey.
All right, Rum, I think the hair works on that character, and I think I'm still feeling like all those colors are F tier, especially on that jacket, that tunic. I can't get over the puke tunic color. Yeah. I appreciate attempting to use the bottom tiers, but much like in fighting games, just pick a top tier. It'll make your life better. Just pick a top tier.
I'll have to see that at some point. I don't have your chat open.
Yeah. Just go ahead and tweet all those at me, and I'll make sure to go through and retweet them at some point. All right. So, bronze, we're agreeing is probably S.
I put it at A. I could put it at S. Okay. I'm actually not opposed to that.
I think most of the strong metals are going to end up being in S for me personally, because I love a nice warm metal. But yeah, I can see A or S. Fair. Either one.
I'll put it up at S then in that case, because I think I agree with you that like basically all the metallic colors are good. Like they're a nice, pleasant color. They worked with a bunch of textures as well. Like the moment that they become shiny, it's like, ooh, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Or they can keep them as matte and like they're still nice. Like bronze here, like I said, it is all the joys of orange while still being much more muted in standard colors.
Yeah. It lets you make your outfits pop in the way that orange lets you do, like a green and an orange together. And the problem is if you wear like, you know, stop sign, or like not stop sign, but if you wear like a danger cone orange with like a really like bright green, you're gonna look like a fucking buffoon. But you know, a nice avocado, perhaps a British racing green with some gold or bronze. Oh, perfecto. Two great tastes that go great together. And next color, brown.
Here we have MS Paint brown right here.
Folks, I mean, I think this is kind of a weaker brown as far as browns
This
go.
is actually definitely one of the weaker browns for certain. Yeah, like this is the one that we've all generally agreed on is just the color brown, no like suffix or whatever. And yet I think that of those, it's one of the weaker browns you can have. Yeah. It's just not very good.
Brown needs work before it's like really something special. I would say just baseline MS Paint brown is probably a C. Like,
yeah,
just because a little bit of variation in almost any direction is going to push it towards the A or S range. Like, as soon as you just make it a little richer, a little darker, add a little red in there, you know, just whatever, anything. And speaking of weird stuff, let's talk about web brown. Let's talk about
yo, what the fuck?
Hey, web brown.
Hey, web colors.
Okay? Hey, web colors. Are you doing all right? So what is this? It's
Do you know what brown is?
A2A. Hey, internet. Y'all know
red.
what brown is? Because that's super red.
That is quite red. Yeah, come on now. Like, web colors.
This
Web
is
color.
extremely fake. This is extremely bullshit. How is this? How do you dare say? I'm looking at the RGB. It's 165, 42, 42. How the fuck is that brown? In what fucking universe is that brown? Insane.
That's
Web brown.
red. That's
F.
a fucking red.
F. Get your shit together. We're again.
I hate that it's called web brown though, because I actually don't hate the color itself.
I mean, it's
It
a
is
fine
very-
color, but it does also get an F for being named incorrectly, like leather jacket brown or leather jacket
Yeah,
black.
okay.
That's egregious. Egregious.
Yeah, that's a red. Come on, let's not be
yeah.
kid ourselves here.
Get it the fuck
All
together.
right, the next. We got another brown coming up though, and I like this brown a
This
lot
one's
more than just
great.
MS Paint brown. Yeah.
This is what I mean. As soon as you give that brown a little bit of character in any direction,
Yeah.
it immediately just delicious. And what a delicious color. Brown sugar. Wonderful. I love this color.
F6 4D.
This is a great brown. I'm all about this brown, honestly.
Yeah, this one right here is extremely the shade of brown that I would. This is like, okay, I want to wear brown, for instance, and I'm specifically going for brown. I've got like my brown leather boots on or whatever, and a brown belt. This is kind of the shade of brown I'm going for if I want to specifically wear brown, you know? It's a nice, pleasant color. It's very earthy at the same time.
Three whole years
It's
to
not loud in
appreciate
any way.
colours.
It's muted, but still very distinct on what it wants to be and what it does.
Yeah.
I think this is an A tier, at least brown.
This
I
is
think.
an A tier brown for me. Yeah, this reminds
Yeah.
me of like, this would be a good color to find on a nice baked good as well.
Yes.
Just be like, oh,
Absolutely.
this is going to be tasty on the inside. Yeah.
I feel like brown is the most appetizing color, and this is probably the shade of brown I want it to be. Maybe a little bit more reddish or
This is like
orangey
baked
if it's on
good
meat.
filling, I feel like would be
Yeah.
very strong with this. All right, and back to the greens. 1B4 D3E Brunswick green.
We on Brunswick green, which is very similar to British Racing green.
Yeah, it's a little lighter. It's a little less pronounced on the green side of it. I like it less than British Racing green, but it's still pretty good. I would say this is the A tier son of British Racing green's S.
Yeah, I'm for that as well. I like this just dark green. I like these dark greens in general, but this one is just not as good as the other one for certain.
Yeah, British Racing green just fucking killed it, is the thing. It's not their fault, you know. It's still good though. It's still good. It's a very woodsy, a little bit of seafoam to it. I like it. All right.
Okay.
Next green. As someone who is a fan of Bud, gotta say that I would not. This is not a good Bud green in my opinion. What is it? 7BB.
661.
There we go.
Yeah.
There's a lot of better plant greens, I think.
Yeah, this is definitely a natural leaf green, is what it is. I understand why it's called Bud Green, but it's not one that I would. There are better greens in nature, for instance, that are also. They are also like, you know, natural greens.
Yeah.
This is the least appealing one of those. I feel like.
I think this is like actively a D tier green for me, which is rare. It's hard to find
Really?
a D tier green. Yeah, I really just think it looks like plants that are dying to me. Like it looks like a sick field. Like it's off. It's desaturated just the wrong amount, and it's just bright enough that it doesn't like. It feels like it's being suppressed due to illness, as opposed to, you know, something else.
I feel like this is a C tier green because, like, I'm associating it with the color of weeds, which are like, okay, they're not great for yards or whatever, but they are still, you know, plants that are living of themselves. I wouldn't associate it with dying green.
I'll allow
dying
a
plants.
C. I just feel like I feel like asparagus was like a B, and this is just really bad asparagus. They did asparagus wrong as a joke, but I'll take C. I will live with C.
Yeah. I just don't think it's as. I don't have the same connotations to put into D.
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing about making a tier list about colors, is it makes no sense because everyone thinks and feels about them differently. Because, like,
of course,
why would you ever make a tier list of colors? What a stupid idea. So thanks for hanging out during our tier list of colors. So this next color is called buff for some reason, and I don't know what's going on.
I actually
there.
do know why it's called that. I do know why it's called that.
Please elaborate.
Okay, so buff here is called what it is because there is a a color of leather that you can produce that is basically, well, it's a kind of leather that you can make with relatively little processing that is pretty much exactly this color. It is kind of thick. It's a little rawhidey. You used to make coats out of it that were basically functioned as light armor. Buff coats. Have you ever heard one of those?
Okay.
It was also a standard military equipment for a long time, is, you know, clothing made from buff. And that's why it's called buff.
Yeah.
Because it's just named after that kind of leather.
I like buff. I think buff is like kind of halfway between Banana Mania and Banana Yellow in a way I can get down with.
Yeah.
I feel like it's in that same range, and I really like both of those colors. So I think this is an A for me, personally.
I think this is, I could go with an A for this one. Yeah, got no problem with it.
Yeah.
It's nice, solid pastel yellow.
I think it functions a lot of the same purpose as Banana Mania. It's like one step more bold than Banana Mania, I think.
Okay, well, next one, we've got a pretty standard color.
Yeah.
8000020.
Folks, it's burgundy.
That's burgundy, all right.
That's it.
I have no problems with burgundy. It's
like
burgundy.
I like this. This is when everyone was like, during Blood Red, there were people in chat being like, yo, this is my shit. No, this is my shit. This is the deep red I live for. It's like this crimson, Amaranth Red is like the richer side of it. This is the kind of deep ruby red that I really, really love. This is an SS plus red for me, because this is one of like the pure essences of why red is so good.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm with you there, especially because, like, all right, so we got rubies. Rubies are only red corundum, because sapphires are every other shade of color for corundum.
Yeah.
Rubies have their most valuable form of them, which is pigeon's blood rubies, which are pretty much exactly this color burgundy.
Yeah,
And,
they're
like,
very prized because they look fucking awesome. You know what? S plus. I think that makes me feel like S plus, because that means there has in fact been humans fighting over this color, which is pretty good.
Yeah. Burgundy is some good shit, in my opinion. I agree with you entirely.
Yeah. Shout outs to Burgundy. You got there. All right, now for the next one. Burleywood.
DEB 887.
Yeah. Burleywood.
Burleywood.
Well,
Is that like burl-y wood? Is that the idea? Like it's supposed to look like burls, wood burls?
I don't know. It looks like just like shitty wood, like low quality wood that you would make like a little plane out of. Yeah.
It's like kind of bad beech wood is what I would say, like BECH wood. It's not a very. It's kind of like the cheapest available color of wood, you know? It's not very special. You have to do some real work on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to stain it. You just don't leave it like this color because it's just really unimpressive.
I would say
it's not an impressive color.
It's very, very close to the default color of the universe, and that would explain why everyone wants to cover it up so bad. So I would say, yeah, I could see this getting a D. I can see this being a D. Like, people cover it up when they can. They don't like this color. So, yeah, let's hit Burleywood with the D.
Okay. A17A74.
Yeah, one sec. Had a little bit of trouble with the page here. Let me get this title in here. Whoop, nope. Accidentally copied all of them. That's no good. Edit, undo.
That's not right.
Save. All right, let's get that value in here. A17A74. It's burnished brown.
It's not even burnished bronze. It's burnished brown. Ugh, it's so gray, and brown is already the color that's like most at threat of feeling like it's just kind of like a mess of colors mixed together.
It's why during the late PS2, early PS3 era, people complained about like gray and brown shooters. It's because they're the most likely to muddle together, and this is the color they were complaining about.
I'm gonna go in and just say, out of all of the colors we've done so far, right? Out of all of them, the ones that we just actively dislike for whatever reason.
Yeah.
This is my first F, purely off of just, this is not a color you should use as like anything resembling a primary
I agree.
color.
Yeah, this is like, this is like the only time I would see this color as being appropriate is if you were doing like a gradient shadow across the surface and this happened to come up in the middle somewhere.
Exactly. You never deliberately use this color. It would be okay, you cast shadows on something and it becomes this color, right? Like you don't do it as this is not the thing you color it as that. You don't want this to be anything.
Yeah, I'm okay with burnished brown at F.
Yeah. All right.
And next, it's burnt orange.
CC 5500.
This color fucks. I love this color. This color's great.
This is a pretty good color, actually. I don't like oranges that much.
Yeah.
But this is one of the ones I would like.
This is the kind of orange that has reined it in. This is okay. So like, this is range at orange at max saturation. Like this is still full tilt orange. It's just been darkened enough that it's acceptable. This is all of the joy of orange you can have before you start putting people off, basically. And I feel like this is, again, so good. Like this is such a good usable tone. It looks good against a lot of stuff. It's a great accent color. It's a lot of fun. It's a great color for a flower to be. Great. You could see this in a meal and be like, yum, yum. You know, this is a great color.
This is the shade of orange that you pair up with blue for contrast reasons.
Yeah. I would say this is an S for me. S or an S plus. Either one's fine. I'll take S.
It's pretty similar to bronze, in my opinion. So I'm completely fine with it being up there.
S is good. Yeah. All right. Let's get now to move on and get disappointed.
Yep. Okay. So there was things that we just talked about, that being a very good orange. Well, let's get into burnt sienna, a much worse orange.
Ugh. You took
E97451.
You took salmon and got it in my burnt orange. I was enjoying a nice burnt orange and you dropped some salmon on it and now it's awful. Like it is still very definitively orange, but it feels like, the thing is it's still on the yellow side of orange, but you can start to feel the pink creeping in because it's so tilted the wrong way.
Yeah, agreed. It's just not a very pleasant color in general. The only time I want to see burnt sienna, weirdly enough, is if like there was a drink colored burnt sienna. I think that would be kind of a pleasant color for a drink to be.
It's a good mixing color as well for certain kind of plants and wildlife. Again, not one you would use straight. I know this is a color Bob Ross uses, but it's also important to remember he uses wet canvas techniques, which inherently influence the colors he uses. He has a layer of stuff he's working on top of, so it changes the colors immediately.
Whitewash.
Yeah, and it also tends to make them blend together a little bit more, and he intentionally also blends things on his I forget the name of it, the palette, the painter's palette. It's literally just called a painter's palette. Yeah. He blends stuff in there. Like, this is a useful color to use with other stuff, but on its own, God, burnt sienna, not huge on it.
You use a lot of colors to mix with other colors to create new ones, and burnt sienna is definitely one of those. You just don't want to use it by itself.
Yeah, I'd say it's a D on its own.
Yeah, D sounds good. And we've got our final burnt color coming up. 8A3324.
8A3224. Burnt umber.
Burnt umber. It's okay.
Yeah,
this is another one of those shades of brown that, like, this one goes a little bit more on the red side of things on brown, and just like with a brown sugar, kind of lightens it up, and that makes it palatable, and it's kind of does the same thing. It makes brown a lot more palatable. It's nice and pleasant at this point.
I'd say this is an A brown. This is an A brown to me.
Yeah.
Sounds
fine to me.
I think it's good.
Burnt umber can hang out with brown sugar and buff and all those.
All right, it's time to get to two very real colors that are very much a lot. These are the a lot colors, I would say. Starting with
absolutely
Byzantine, which, let's talk about divisive shit right here. Byzantine.
I don't like Byzantine that much.
It's too pink. I feel like it's too pink and it loses
slightly
track
too
of,
much pink. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like you lose the like subdued royal qualities of the purples and violets and start getting a little into just too much energy on the pink.
Yeah.
I really like the thing is, this is just, it's a little too rich. Like, this is the pigment Byzantine, but when it was actually applied to things, it would, you know, turn out a little bit darker.
Yes.
I think this is a pretty bad, like, as far as like, you know how up I am on purples. I'm literally putting every single one in S and A tier when I can.
Yes.
I feel like this is like a C for me.
Yeah, this is not a particularly impressive purple. I'd agree with that entirely. I don't like it much. It's just not there. It's much more magenta than it is purple, and like you get into it being too bright.
And we're gonna see the next color we're gonna do is what it actually looks like when it's applied to fabric and has set and has become a paint and looks good.
Yes.
Because the next color, let me get this code in here, 70263, and that is Byzantium. This color fucks so hard. Oh my god, this color's good.
Yeah.
This color's incredible. It's
roughly the same. It's roughly the same values, but not the same values. It's roughly the same like shade hues, but it's been reduced. It's darker, and it's like it's really nice.
Again, it was a very pure, rich pigment that they now have actually applied to a thing and set, and it looks like this, and it's great. This is another purple that just goes incredible with any metals or any shades. Just beautiful on the spot, and like has some good synergy with a lot of colors, but you don't really need to do it too much else with other colors, because like this purple is a statement on its own without being like big and explosive. I think this is an S for me.
I've already put it up at S.
Very good. Shall we take a short break at this point and come back and do one more letter? Because we've been going for about 2 hours and 40 minutes.
2.5 hours going for
A and
all
B.
about A's and B's. Whew, let me go ahead and scroll down and check out the letter. Okay, I could do that.
Yeah, let's take a quick break, and then we'll come back and we'll do C. This is clearly going to be a multi-day event, but hey, you know, going in on a bit.
You gotta commit to that bit.
Gotta commit to the bit. All right, I'm gonna silence us and put up the BRB screen, and I'll be back in about 5. Grab a drink, stretch it out. All right, BRB. All right, I'm back at the very least.
Yeah, same here.
I've unmuted.
I've done the same.
All right, shall we knock out these C's real quick?
Let's do it. Yeah.
So there's some good C's at the bottom here. There's one in particular I've been eyeing for a fucking minute. So let me get all my stuff on the correct monitor again. And my color source over here. And let's get right to it. The next color up is Cadet, which, okay, weird name for a color, but hey, you do.
It's pretty weird, yeah.
536872.
It's also pretty gray.
Yeah,
I'll admit.
This is I hate it. It's a very bad blue-gray, I think. Like, I don't know.
It's kind of like black coral, but like, it's actually slightly more colorful than black coral, but I feel like that actually works against it.
Yeah,
you know?
this feels like it's uniform because it's the color the material was when we wove it into a shirt.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Yeah, I'm with Andy on
I don't
really love this
like it.
color in every single office carpet ever.
Good point, yeah. I'll put this down on D. I think it deserves that.
Yeah.
Cadet, huh?
Cadet just
More
doesn't
like-
do it for me. I wish there was a little more blue in it, a little more zazz. However, like, let's say you were to take Cadet and add a little bit of blue, you could perhaps have a color like Cadet
5
Blue,
F9 EA0.
which is Cadet Blue, which I feel like is somehow more green than Cadet Blue was not.
It's got more green in it than just regular Cadet does for certain. In fact, it's almost exactly the G and B values are identical, pretty much. It's 158, 160. It's really hard to. I'm still not very impressed by Cadet Blue either, really.
Yeah, they just added more. They added 50 points of blue and 50 points of green and called it a day.
Pretty much, yeah.
I still like it better than Cadet. I like it better than Cadet, but not by.
I do too, but not that much.
Not by
more.
a lot. I'd say put it maybe one tier above Cadet and we'd call it a day.
Yeah, that goes to C.
Next one
Basically.
is Cadet Gray, which we were skipping over because it is primarily a gray.
Fuck off.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
clearly just gray at this point. So next
All
one.
right.
Oh, this is one that you folks, you know it, you love it. It's 006 B3C, which is also known as Cadmium Blue. Or green, sorry.
Cadmium green.
Green, sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. I got mixed up by Cadet. This is cadmium green. This feels like a pigment
That's a
green
good
to me.
color green.
It's a good green. I like
It is definitely pigment green.
Yeah.
All of the cadmium ones are pigments because it's just part of how they were made. They're cadmium salts that get turned into colors when they're suspended in. I don't know if it's oil or water based. I don't remember. Probably water based actually. Anyway, cadmium green. That's a nice solid shade of green.
I like it.
I kind of like it.
I like
Yeah.
it. I'd say that's an A
quite
green.
Similar. It's pretty similar to bottle green. Yeah, I like it more than bottle green myself. It's more green while still being roughly the same value, basically.
Yeah. It's brighter. It's got more freshness to it. I agree.
Yeah. I'll put it at A, like as a high A, basically. Compared
Sounds
to
good to me. And next in the cadmium line, we have cadmium orange. And the values on that are ED872D. Cadmium orange. This is not as good as burnt orange to me.
It's not.
This is burnt
it's not.
orange that's not quite. It's burnt orange that's been not darkened enough and a little bit desaturated. And I just feel like it's in a bad
Yes.
spot right now, where it's like it's still too light, but it doesn't have, like, they took some of the fun out of orange, but they didn't pull it in enough to be pleasant.
it's kind of like, well, okay, you burn whatever orange you burn to become burnt orange. It's cadmium orange is the origin of that, and it just like the burning adds so much kind of feeling to it.
I think for me, this is like a B tier orange. I like it
Yeah.
still, and I think it's a functional orange, but I do think it's a B tier orange at the very least.
I'm gonna agree with you there. I put it at B as well.
All right. Next cadmium we have is cadmium red at E30022.
Now this is a real bright red.
Whoa, that's a lot. Whoa, yeah, that is literally just, hey, I poured you a glass of whiskey and thought about putting water in it. Here you go. It's that level of red. This is the classic red. I feel like this has to be an S plus just by virtue of it's red, baby. That's it. Like,
I feel like it's in the same like source though of like just, you know, the classic blue, where I feel like the classic blue is slightly too much. Cadmium red is not quite there.
I feel
it's
like
not as
yeah.
it's
I
not
feel
as
like
much.
that's the difference. I feel like this one's cut back a little bit. This is more like the Pantone blue for me, where like Pantone blue was the blue that was cut back a little bit into a really nice place to look at. I feel like this is pure red cut back just enough to be in this really nice place.
See, I agree with you, but I think it's just at S as opposed to going up as an S plus.
We need a little more. Yeah, it needs to be pulled back a little bit more, I think is the thing.
Yeah.
Just either a little
Just the
darker
slightest bit.
or a little bit. Yeah, okay. I'll take cadmium red at S. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, thank you for the bits. All right.
Now, speaking of needing to be pulled back, though.
Yeah, this is one that's used for painting because you blend
As
it.
a mixing thing,
It's
specifically. Yeah,
cadmium yellow.
You mix this.
This falls into the functional tier, I think, which is C. Just like, yep, this is a serviceable color and it does what it needs to. I would not want to look at it.
I do not want to look at cadmium yellow for very long. It is extremely bright yellow. It is. It was a Bob Ross favorite, but mainly because he would mix it in with other things, so it would not be this exceptionally bright yellow. Yeah.
I would say this is maybe a D on its own, actually, because it is like very actively unpleasant.
It is too much. It's definitely too much. This is the warning shade of yellow. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, a color that is maybe too pleasant to look at is A67 B5B, and that is Café au lait, or coffee au lait.
With milk.
Yeah. Yeah, coffee with milk. This is a really pleasant one, honestly. This seems really workable in a lot of situations.
It's kind of like burnished brown done right. It takes a lot more takes from brown sugar. It's one of those much more pleasant shades of brown. It evokes really well what it's trying to be, you know, the color wise. It's pretty much right. It's good. I like Café au lait. I'll fair him out. That's a good.
I think this is an A tier brown.
A?
Yeah, I think this is a good A tier brown. I think this and the next color, its brother, is also an A tier brown, but we'll obviously discuss that when we get to Café Noir, or cafe without milk, as it's translated.
Of course.
Is, let's see here, 4B3621. Whoop. 43. Oops, sorry.
4B3621.
Yeah, there we go. All right, and that is Café Noir. I like it less than Café au lait, but I'd still put it in the same tier, I think.
Yeah. It isn't actually okay. This is like the shade of brown that's along the edges of the coffee, because when you have like a full mug of black coffee, it's just flat out black, really. So it's not quite there. Yeah. I'm gonna put it alongside it, of course, but yeah.
Yeah, like this is a brother and sister color that make a lot of sense together. So I'm glad they fall into the same general area. I think I could see either, like, I could see someone saying I like Café Noir better and someone saying Café au lait better, and I would be fine with either answer. Like, neither, I wouldn't be like, well, that's outrageous. Why would you say this one's better? I'd be like, yeah, all right, those are both pretty on point.
Just like how you can have people who just say they like a single droplet of milk in their coffee, and that's okay.
Next color is Cambridge Blue, which is, again, not blue.
A3C 1AD. Not only is this not blue, you really can't interpret this as blue because it's literally got more green in it than blue. Like, mathematically, it's right there. There's a higher green value than blue.
It's 193 over 173. And the baseline off white is 163. So it's literally 1/25 of a blue and then a lot more green. I think this is a really shitty teal. I think this is a D tier teal for me. Like, this is this is you ask somebody to paint something like a nice teal or a nice seafoam green, and they just did. You got this, and you're like, oh, okay, I guess that's legally seafoam green.
What the fuck you doing, Cambridge? That's not blue.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
That's a D at best. You know, if someone were to say F, I wouldn't kick them out of bed for eating crackers, you know. All right.
C19 A6B.
9A6B. It's camel, baby. Camel, all right.
Camel's all right. Camel, it makes a good like hiking jacket color.
I'd say camel's like B. It's a fine.
Camel seems pretty B. Yeah.
Camel's pretty B. I ain't got much to say about camel. That's a solid B.
Me neither. It's okay. That's camel.
Well, good to see you, camel. Later, camel. Next color.
EFB BCC.
Cameo pink.
Now, if you want a really, really pastel-y pink, I think this is probably what you'd want to go for.
God.
It's really bright.
Yeah. It just feels like you wanted another pink and you washed it out. This is like a soft t-shirt pink. It's okay. This is an alright pink.
Yeah.
I'd say this is a B tier pink for me.
That's fair, but I think this is roughly around where you'd want.
Yeah, I could see A or B tier for this pink pretty easily.
There's a lot of distinct uses for this pink specifically, I guess is the way I'd put it. Like, it's solid. It's nice. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I'll take it as a B then.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Here's one.
F.
Yeah.
9.
Yeah. So it was F.
4 Fs. 9.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't delete right. FFF 99. What the FFF 99?
FFF F99. There's 4 Fs.
Oh, I forgot it. But, canary yellow. 0 points. Bad job. I don't like canary yellow. I don't like it.
It's not great. I can think of uses for this, but like it is in fact not that great.
It's full brightness yellow with it's got too much yellow in it to be neutral, but not enough yellow in it to be fun is the thing. I feel like if you reduce the brightness a little bit, you could pull this into more of a neutral territory, and then you might be somewhere.
I think that's the thing, actually. It's trying to be a neutral yellow, but yellow is pretty much like the last color you can make into being a neutral color. It's really not
like
good.
Yellow and pink are hard to make a good neutral. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I feel like it's a C.
This is a C for me. Yeah, because again, it was like you tried to take a crack at making a neutral yellow and you just dicked it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right. Well, okay. We want to talk about red. That's too much. FF0800.
FF0800. Yikes. Yikes. That is yikes. That's yikes red right there. I'm kidding.
That is candy apple red.
That's candy apple red. And yeah, this is a color that if you're looking for attention, I guess. Too much red, too hard, too deep.
Too much.
To give you an idea, the RGB values are 255 for red, 0 for blue, and 8 for green. So just a little bit off of all in on red. It's a bit too much. This is pushing the infrared line.
This is red, but yeah, you capitalize every single letter, and also it's followed by at least 2 exclamation points.
I feel like this one is kind of the definitive C of red, in that it is a mechanical red that really needs to be cut.
I agree with you.
Yeah. Oh, I need to start music again. I can't believe how long we've been doing this. Oh god. Okay. So yeah, next one. Candy pink.
E4717A. Yeah, we've been here for about 3 hours.
E47 what?
17A.
17A. Yeah. All right, it's candy pink. Folks,
this is not a pink I like.
No, this is again in the salmon territory. Like this feels like a slightly cooled off salmon, and I'm not about it.
This is a pink I would just describe as light red, and light red is not a pleasant color. It's not very good. I would say this is probably a C for me.
This is a C for me. Yeah, anything in salmon
Yeah.
is gonna end up in a C personally, so. All right, and now for one with a very good name that I'm gonna let you go ahead and take first crack at.
Yeah.
Because I have a feeling you'll have fun.
592720. That'd be Caput Mortum, I believe.
That's right.
Because it's a
Caput Mortum. And I gotta say, Caput Mortum, I like it. This is the kind of brown I'm into. I wish it had a little more color to it. I think maybe it's a little too close to the, a little too dark. I think a little bit of lightness might help it a bit, but I'm not opposed
for literally being
Caput Mortum.
For literally being named Dead Head in Latin. I think it could do a lot more to have any character at all.
Yeah.
It's a fine brown, but
fine
I'm not
brown.
impressed with it. Yeah.
I feel like this is a fully functional brown. I would say this is like a B brown for me.
It's slightly lighter than Black Bean, which has so far, I think, been the best of the browns.
God,
still.
Black Bean was good. One sec. I'm going to pull up Black Bean again for the folks at home who missed Black Bean, because that was a real winner. Black Bean was 3DOCO2. Folks, you just ever appreciate Black Bean? Yeah, so all Black Bean is it's just a more fully saturated Caput Mortum. So, yeah. Oh, man. Look at Black Bean, though. Damn, what a color. All right, let's move on before I start thinking too much about Black Bean again.
Yeah, Caput Mortum could be at B, I feel like.
Yeah. All right, and next color is a Cardinal. Which is weird because that's not the red Cardinals really are. They're quite a bit darker.
The Cardinal birds are slightly more orange than that, too. Like, they're...
Yeah.
And Cardinal, like, clothing that, Cardinals wear are also not that shade of red. So, I don't know.
I'm not big on this red. This is just like a desaturated red that I'm not into. Feels like red that got tired. Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
I'd say this is a D red for me.
A D red, okay. I would personally put this at a C red.
There's so many other reds. Why would you ever pick Cardinal?
All right, fair enough.
Pick a better red. Pick a better red. You deserve it. It's 2019. Pick a better red. You're worth it.
Mm-hmm. So 00CC99 for the next color.
Okay. 00CC99. Ooh. Caribbean green.
It's a fine seafoam.
Yeah. It's an okay seafoam.
It's pretty saturated. It's pretty bright. It's
cutting the green with the blue. I mean, I still like it. I think it's a solid one. I would say this is like a solid B. This is a B green for me, but it's like a good B green. I wouldn't want to see a lot of it. I would be bothered by a lot of it.
I don't want to see a lot of it. Yeah, it's not like bright turquoise or anything, but it's okay. It's okay. I think B is fine on that.
All right, and this next color, look, I'm just saying in the next version of the game, I hope they cut down the self-damage he does. Carmine just, like, he's pretty good, and don't get me wrong, if they put him a little too high up, he's going to go over the moon crazy because his set play is absolutely unreal. But this is a very good red, actually. I do like Carmine a lot.
It's very similar to Burgundy, and Burgundy's got slightly more bluish, darkish tones to it. I like more than Carmine, but Carmine is close to it enough. I still quite like it.
I really like Carmine. Yeah, Carmine's like a little more red, whereas Burgundy's a little more brown. This is a pretty clean S for me. Like, this is a great red.
Yeah.
Carmine's just a wonderful red here. So I'm gonna go ahead and say S tier for Carmine.
Already
Congratulations, Carmine. You're not bottom tier right now. You did it. You can't be top tier in Eunice, but you can be top tier on a color list, my guy.
Well, you can be very high tier on a color list. You're
That's
still
right,
Burgundy.
top tier. Shh, don't tell him, he doesn't get a lot. A6C9.
FFA6C9.
This is this is kind of more the classic feminine pink. Honestly, it's kind of this.
I guess, yeah, this is actually where I was thinking Cameo Pink was. I didn't scroll down quite right.
Yeah, Cameo Pink's a little more washed out. This is the classical pink. This one I like. This is a good shirt pink. I think this is a good clothing pink.
Yeah, okay. I would put that at a... How about A? A sounds good.
I'll take high A, yeah.
Yeah. Carnation Pink can hang out up there as better than Cameo Pink.
All right, next color, B31, B1B. Carnelian.
That's a good rock color.
I feel like this is just gonna have to sit right next to wherever Carmine is, because it's like right next to Carmine. It's just a slightly redder Carmine.
There's more red to it. There's a little bit more orange. It's a little bit brighter than Carmine, which is like, that's exactly what Carmine is to Burgundy kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, you have an exact line there. Carnelian could go up fast. Yeah.
We're forming a nice range of like, here is the reds that, like, the nice thing is, in theory, at the end of this, right, we should be able to pull all the reds out from S and at least form like, it's from this range to this range is an S rank red. You know, kind of establish where on the color, like where's the waveform where something goes from S plus down to S. So next one is Carolina Blue. Oh, baby.
At 56 A0 D3. 56 A0 3.
This is a blue I can get into. This is another one of the flag blues, I feel like. And based on the name, it's probably also a flag blue.
It is apparently a University of North Carolina blue, and the same with the Cambridge University is a university blue.
Makes sense.
But this is a much better blue, the Cambridge blue. Way better.
Okay, Rum Rusher, I actually really like that D tier character. That works. You managed to make those work pretty well together. That's nice.
That actually, yeah, that one's pretty good. I like that.
Good shit. Again, it's just to start discussion. It's not a 100% this is definitive, do use these colors.
I am still calling it the definitive list, though. It's right up there.
It is the definitive ranking of colors. Absolutely. Yeah. No, this is scientific and indisputable, but it's more just to spur discussion.
Yes.
Carolina Blue, I feel like it just goes with the other flag blues, you know?
Yeah, it can hang out with Argentinian blue and all them.
And Blue de France and all that. Yeah.
That's at B. That's at A. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Next. We have
okay. Up next is actually a very good compliment to Carolina Blue.
Yeah. Actually, wow. Yeah. Now that you mentioned it, that does work really well together. It's Carrot Orange. So there was that other orange I was disappointed in earlier, Cadmium Orange.
Yeah, this is kind of exactly what that wants to be.
Yeah, this is the correct version of Cadmium Orange. This is the more, it keeps all of the life of orange, but still pulls back the saturation and the brightness just a bit. To kind of like if you look at it, you can kind of create like an arc where like, okay, if you pull this much brightness off and this much saturation, now it's acceptable, and you can kind of like balance between the two. So much, and I feel like Burnt Orange was full saturation but further reduced brightness. This doesn't have the full saturation, but it has a lot more brightness to compensate, and I would say it falls in that same like arc of colors as Burnt Orange, and I really like it. I think it's right around Burnt Orange, a little less personally, but in the family.
Yeah, so S or A tier for Carrot Orange over here?
Probably A.
Yeah. Okay. Because Carrot Orange and Cadmium Orange actually have the exact same level of red to them, but they vary in everything else. And I feel like Carrot Orange is a little bit more appealing, just in general.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, up next is a weird one.
Castleton Green at 00563F.
Yes.
This is a very bottle green. This is like halfway between bottle green and Brunswick green.
Yeah. I mean, it's a nice green for that reason alone.
Yeah. Where did we put Bottle and Brunswick? Were both of those in the same tier?
No, we put Brunswick a little bit. Okay, no. Bottle and Brunswick are in the same tier at A.
All right, I think Castleton slides right in there.
Sure.
Yeah. I think we have
no problem with that
for Castleton Green. A lot of these almost greens are pretty nice. I can understand why people went for it.
Yeah, once we start to get to the ones that are very similar to other ones, the extent that like if you actually put them up side by side, you might have a lot of trouble distinguishing which was which. We know that those are basically the same on the same tier.
Yeah. So next we have Catawba.
Catawba. Catawba is a very weird color.
It's a weird color, right? Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, is this
I think it's kind of interesting though,
I
is
like
the thing. I don't see this
Catawba.
very often.
Yeah. It's like a weird deep maroon red kind of thing. I really like Catawba. Like if you painted my bedroom Catawba, I wouldn't hate it. I could make that work for sure.
Basically, the thing I like about this is that because it feels like such an unnatural color, but like it's just because I don't see it very often. I could see like
it reminds me of
looking
like
at something.
of like red clay sculptures or like red clay
Yes.
stuff like that. Yeah, I really like. It's like a mixture between red wine and red like clay, and I like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like it. I'd be fine with putting that up to B at most. Like
I'd put
B
A.
at high, like least. I mean,
I'd put
B
A.
at least. I mean.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd put A for Catawba. I like Catawba. If I was more passionate and had more experience with Catawba, I'd probably push for it towards S. But I really like Catawba. I think it's a really healthy A.
Yeah, I misspoke and I meant to say at least a B, not at most a B.
Yeah.
All right, up next, CA3435.
And that's a cedar chest.
Yeah. Cedar chest is...
I don't
I don't either.
You don't either? Okay, good. This feels like it's red going the way of orange in all the ways I don't like.
If you could get wood that was actually this color, that'd be pretty impressive, but you definitely can't. This is far too actually red, right? Like, it's that alone, because it's roughly in the right color of, it's in the right shades that I want wood to be kind of like of the same value and hue and stuff like that, but it's still very unnatural for it to be that. It's just, that's a stain at best.
And again, it feels like a sick carmine.
Yeah.
I feel like this is
I think
like
this is C.
This is a C for
Yeah.
me. Yeah. It's one of the less fortunate reds.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. All right, next up we have Celadon.
ACE1AF.
ACE1AF. Celadon. This is another one of the seafoam greens, but it's definitely one of the brightest ones we've seen.
Yeah, I'm
not particularly fond of it. It feels like Aero Blue pushing towards Aquamarine in a way that I'm not super keen on.
It's kind of a shade of jade, but it's like the shade of jade that's like, okay, this is the color of jade that's not quite the bright white jade that's valuable in China, nor is it the bright green jade that's valuable everywhere else.
Yeah,
it's somewhere between those. It's like middle. It's cheap jade is the way I describe it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not super big on it in general.
Me neither.
I feel like this being just it's too bright for what it is. I feel like you could either reserve it more and it would be okay. Yeah, thanks for the follow. Or you could like lean in more and that would be okay. Yeah, I feel like this is like a C or a D for me.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is a D myself.
All right, sounds good.
I'm not fond of this particular shade.
Well, that settles that, and that's how it will be forever. All right, next one is Celadon Green, and look at that! Look at that shade. This is
2F847C.
This is a weird one. This feels like gym equipment, but not necessarily in a bad way.
I like this more than regular Celadon.
Oh, for sure.
I can say that.
Tremendous improvement over original Celadon.
Absolutely. So, like...
I think
this is a green. This is a green. This is not a blue. This is a green. This is definitely a green.
This is a green. It's not by a ton, but this does have more green than blue. It's not by a lot, but it is definitely in that direction.
Yeah.
I will, however, say this is maybe a C. Like, it's nice. It's just boring.
Yeah. All right. This is C.
It's all right.
Okay.
All right, next one.
B2FFFF.
You've heard of this color from video games. FFFF. There we go.
That's how you know it's very bright.
Yeah. It's just a really
it's got
bright
enough
sky
white in
color.
it. That's,
yeah.
It's got enough white in it that it's like it's not actually blinding or anything. It's okay. It's just that, I mean, it is still very, very strongly cyan. Yeah, this is what I would associate just the color of ice with, I guess.
This is like
large quantities
this
of
is
ice.
probably a B or a C to me.
Yeah, I think it's a B. It's fine.
It's a
I got no
functional
problems
sky
with it.
blue. It's a little sharper than I would like it to be. I would like to dull the edge. Like, if it were my choice, what I would do is probably just grab the brightness down just like to about here. Oh, that was too far. Maybe like,
Or increase the red in it so it's slightly more white. Just the littlest bit.
yeah, just a little reduction and you could really be onto something nice. But yeah, Celeste as it is, just a little much, but not terrible. All right, next it is time for Cerise.
DE3 163.
This is a lot like I don't know. I'm trying to think of what our best comparison is for Cerise here, because it's pretty close to something we've done already. It kind of falls into Brink Pink
It's close
territory.
It's close to Blush, Brilliant Rose, Brink Pink, yeah, and all of those, but it's more red than any of those.
And I don't
This kind of a thing.
particularly like it, honestly.
Yeah, me neither. I don't hate it either. I think it's okay. It's just that it
It feels like if
I
you
think
want the
it's-
purple to be more pronounced, you should go with Brilliant Rose, and if you want a red without going as ham, you would want to go with Brink Pink. And Blush is probably just a more subdued but better option overall. It feels like aggressive blush. I might put this at like B.
yeah, I was thinking B as well.
All right. And now
How is this tier list ranked? It's ranked.
we're making it right now.
Yeah.
That's how it's being
That's
ranked.
the way I
by
describe
us right now, because that's how tier lists work. Some people sit down who have opinions on things and make them.
Which is how science works.
Yes,
That's all science.
That's all scientific, baby. So like, I was a medical engineer. I'm allowed to say that. So next color we have is Cerulean, and this is a good one. This is a nice chill blue.
Yeah. It's pretty good. I don't like it as much as some, at least one of the ceruleans to follow, but it is a perfectly fine cerulean.
I would personally put it at about the same as a lot of the flag blues. I think this falls into like a Blue de France territory, perhaps a Blue Yonder territory, somewhere in there. It's all right. Like, I think this is like a tier blue. Like, it's great. It's nothing.
Low A, high B.
Incredible. Yeah, I'd say A. I'd say A for this. However, next color, Cerulean
To be
Blue.
followed. Cerulean blue, on the other hand, now that
Now, Cerulean Blue I can get into if I can ever.
that's a good fucking blue.
2A52 BE. Cerulean Blue. This is the kind of blue that I would normally push very hard to be an S tier.
I'm immediately
S plus.
saying this is an S tier blue.
Yeah, I was between S and S plus for this because God, I love this blue. Cerulean Blue is just a joy. This is a really good. I mean,
shit.
I'm seeing chat light up with just, oh baby, that's the good stuff. This is the canon blue. Yeah, that's my favorite blue. That's the blue. Yeah. This I think this is probably an S, if not an S plus. It's a real high blue.
I
for
could
me.
see this going up as an S plus, actually.
I could. I think
this
it's a
deserves it.
standard, just gorgeous blue. It works with so many
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
This is one of those perfect blues that will go with basically any given thing. If you want something to be blue, this is one of those. Just
It's a great blue to
yeah,
pick.
this is one of your best shot options, kind of flat out.
Yeah. All right. Let's say S plus for Cerulean Blue. Congratulations to Cerulean Blue for breaking that barrier, getting that top.
Being the second version of the same color to be up at S plus.
What was
Two
the other
different
one?
blues.
Oh, two different blues. Yeah.
The Pantone blue is up there.
Yeah, it is. All right, next color, which I think is a big step down.
Yeah, no, it is.
Personally. Oh, B is not a character in Hex. C is, however. This is Cerulean Frost. I get what they're going for.
I do too, and like I think it's good at what it's going for, but I just don't like it as much inherently, you know? It's kind of a worse Carolina blue. It's better than Cambridge blue. I think this is a B tier blue.
This is either a B or a C for me. Yeah, this is a pretty low quality blue. It's very washed out. It has a lot of applications. I think in landscape work, particularly if you were like creating an Arctic or something, you would see a lot of use in this. So I could see it being a B.
Yeah, I was actually thinking though, on the other hand, I'm thinking just more about what I would like to see it in basically any other context, and I would put down to C.
Yeah.
It's like it has one particular really good context.
We can rock
that's
C.
about it.
Yeah, I can rock. Okay, I'll accept C for Cerulean. You twisted my arm, but you got me.
All right, well, the last of the Ceruleans at 1D AC D6.
This one's all right. I don't mind this color. I don't like it as much as the deep rich blue. Like I'm not gonna be fucking crazy here and say it's anywhere near as good as Cerulean blue. But I think this is an A tier sky blue.
Yeah, I think it's at least as good as regular Cerulean over there, and it's like it's slightly brighter. It's slightly more. Let's see. Actually, I can't tell if it's slightly less or more green because it's hard to tell sometimes. It's more green, got a little bit of red in it. It's in general just it's nice. I like it. It's at least about the same as regular Cerulean.
Yeah, that's an A tier blue for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say we skip right to Charleston green because all the rest of these
because we've got
white, it's off-white, and off-black. So we're gonna skip all those and go right to Charleston green.
Which I think is mainly just us going to be saying, why the fuck you calling this Charleston green?
Yeah, it doesn't feel particularly green, but let me see here. 232 B2B. I mean, legally, it's equal parts green and blue, and it's only slightly above black. I mean...
Hey, I'm gonna make a recommendation, color folks, whoever decides what things are colors. Switch this with black leather jacket.
Yeah, because this actually is like, this is black leather jacket. Yeah, because this is equal parts green and blue, so putting green in there is just disingenuous.
Mm-hmm. And it's also basically just black, really, when you get down to it. It is super dark.
I would like to nominate Charleston Green for F or D tier.
I think it's better than... Okay, it's not quite as egregious as black leather jacket, so I'll put it at D, but it's...
Get it together.
It is still... Yeah.
Yeah, it's still get it together tier. It's still get it together. Hey, folks who do colors, get it together. What are you doing?
Get it together, come on now.
Alright, and next one we got is a exciting pink around the corner, E68FAC. It's Charm Pink. Charm Pink is, my take on Charm Pink is literally identical to my take on Carnation Pink, so wherever Carnation Pink is, just put Charm Pink there.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of those actually coming up. Apparently C is the land of this kind of pink.
Yeah,
which means it's actually up at A, so it's not bad. It's just
they're
very similar
these
colors.
These are very similar. Yeah, like
here
I'm gonna switch as the FF A6C9 A6. Yeah, like that's the difference. Is it's just brightened up by a tiny amount. So same function. All right, it's time for Chartreuse Traditional. None of this abstract. Chartreuse DFFF00. Yikes. Chartreuse, huh?
Yeah, it's... See, here's the thing. I don't even particularly think this one's accurate, because Chartreuse Liquor, which, you know, like liqueur, is what this is named after, is way more muted and a much more pleasant color in general, right?
Yeah.
Like... It's more of a... Well, we've already seen apple green. It's more like apple green than this is.
But we are purely grading the hex colors produced by the page. List of colors, open parentheses, compact, close brackets. F
By that measure, I fucking hate this.
F.
Yeah.
F. Just the worst.
This is just like an even more bright Arctic lime, you know? It's not good.
It's really bad. Hey, who's excited to see the web version of Chartreuse, which surely will be exactly the same as Chartreuse and definitely not another color entirely. Just kidding. It's green. Hey, web, what's going on?
On the other hand, Web, good job this time. You're way better than the traditional color.
Improved traditional Chartreuse. Same time. Guys, what the fuck? This is not...
Yeah.
Come on, y'all. Come on, get it together, team. I will say
it's just
D.
a different color.
D. It's just a different color. That's not Chartreuse in any universe. I swear. Next one is Cherry Blossom Pink, which I am going to say also falls into the pile of generically alright pinks.
Cherry Blossom Pink can go up to A.
Let me just put it in.
Good pink.
I have to put it on screen so we legally have covered it and done our due diligence. FFB 7C5. Yeah, it's just another one of those.
It's perfectly fine. It's quite nice.
It's an A. Yeah, it's an A. It's exactly the same as the other A we had earlier. 954, 535. 954, 535. And this is, it's Chestnut. Hey, it's Chestnut.
It's Kentra.
It's Kentress. I feel like Chestnut's alright.
It's fine. Yeah, it's very similar to, like, Burnt Umber up there, or any of the other variants of Nice Brown, you know? Yeah. Which means I think also puts it up to... Yeah, it also puts it up to A, really.
Yeah, I think it's an A. Like, this is an A or a B, beat brown for me.
These are questions that need to be answered.
We're getting to a lot of just, hey, you know, a lot of colors are nice, you know? A lot of good colors in general.
It turns out,
yeah.
All right, so next one, China Pink, which
this one's slightly different from the other.
This
pinks.
one is different.
This one I don't like as much.
Yeah, I was gonna say we are going to go ahead and do this one separately because this one is pretty different. This one falls right in the middle of the saturation, which I think is a little too much for pink. And they didn't cut the brightness a lot. I don't know, this kind of feels unpleasant, and it feels like you're putting a lot. There's too much purple in this, in like a weird way that I don't like.
No, I agree with you entirely. This is my least favorite of the pinks in a bit, basically. And I don't hate it or nothing, but I think it's it's better than Candy Pink.
It's a C for me. Like, this is a pretty...
I think it's a... Yeah. I think it's a low B.
I'll live with B. Yeah, I'm not huge on this one. This is pink going in the direction I don't like, and I'm sure we'll get farther there soon. Now, however, this next color is another very different pink, but this one I like a good deal more.
This one goes a lot harder in this kind of direction.
It sure does. It owns it, is the thing. 885, 16.
Today is definitely a day I needed to chill and look at colors.
China Rose. This is the more subdued equivalent to China Pink, and I am actually about it. This is kind of taking some of those red wine colors and applying them to China Pink.
Yeah, I think this one also goes up to A, but for like different reasons.
This is an A for me. Yeah, this is a really good
other
pink.
Ones.
Yeah, this is a pink with some class behind it. I like it.
Pretty good. It's a nice dark shade there.
All right, next up we have Chinese Red, part of the China series, which I guess is a thing.
It's got to be
colors
China.
From China. Just
China, China.
And this one is AA38
1E.
1E. There we go. This kind of, you know what? This is more brick red than brick red was.
This is the color I associate with lacquer. And it's a very handsome color, you know?
Yeah.
It's good. I like this one a lot because it's like, okay, it shines up really well. Lacquerware is gorgeous, and it's also still just this nice darkish, orangish, reddish kind of shade.
Yeah.
That I think is just pleasant overall.
It's a rustic
Chinese
color
red,
with some life.
I'm gonna make the argument that Chinese red actually deserves to be up at S.
S, okay. I was gonna say
Yeah.
a clean A, but yeah, you know what? I can see, like, this is a very strong rustic, like, it's the kind of thing where, like, you wouldn't want to use this as your main brown, but as an accent brown,
Yeah.
this is lovely. Just as, like, a chair or, you know, a desk or something. Yeah, I'd give it an S, for sure. Yeah. I'm about it.
I like it a lot. This is the kind of orange-red shade that I like the most. If you're going to introduce a lot of orange to the color, then this is where I want it to go. A little bit dark, a little bit rusty kind of feeling.
And next up, we have Chinese Violet at 856088. This is kind of like a dusty violet, and I like it.
Yeah.
This feels antique in a way I can get into.
It's more antique than Antique Fuchsia is, and I think that Antique Fuchsia was pretty good. Antique Fuchsia was like, where did we put that?
Probably
that
A.
was an A.
I think this is an A as well. I think this is an A or an S. This is a really nice one.
Yeah. I think Chinese Violet is probably a good A. I think it's better than Antique Fuchsia, but not so much that it would go up to S.
Yeah.
It's a nice, a dusty color, is you're right. I think that's right. How you describe it.
All right, next up we have Chocolate Traditional.
This feels a lot like just the MS Paint Brown again.
It's a little better than MS Paint Brown, but it's still mostly just MS Paint Brown.
Yeah, it's very similar. Yeah, I agree. It's a little bit better, but not so much that I think it changes much.
Yeah, it's still, I'm holding them literally side by side, and it is difficult to differentiate between the two. So I would say this is probably a C, like a slightly higher C, but still a C.
Now, all right, well, we got traditional and web colors, and
folks,
hey,
who's ready
again,
for web chocolate? By the way, web chocolate in 2D2691E. Come on.
Come the fuck on.
Come on. Guys, come on.
That's okay. If you're having chocolate that's that bright, what the fuck did you do to it? Why is it that bright? Why is it orange? Web chocolate, it shouldn't be that orange.
F, get it together, web colors. Fucking get it together. Jesus Christ. And I say we skip to Cinnamon Satin, A, because the one in between it is gray, and B, because holy shit, what a name Cinnamon Satin is.
Yeah. And Cenarius, on the other hand, is like, it's just ash gray. It's nothing.
607E. Ooh, hello, Cinnamon Satin. You're very close to blush. You're like a slightly more muted blush, and I like that a lot.
It's somewhere between China Pink and China Rose, and it hits it very well. It's good. I like it a lot.
I feel like
Cynical Razor.
I feel like this is an S for me, because this is the kind of pink I could really see used a lot.
Okay, yeah. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, this is an S pink for me. Like, it feels like this was a carefully thought out and designed pink as well. Like, someone took some time with this one.
This is... I actually brought up where this one was from, and we've actually rated most of the other colors that are similar to these, because it's part of a Crayola pack. Most of the other ones that we found in this, we've rated low, but this is like the highest one that's ever gone. I'm glad that they got at least one right off of that.
Nice.
It's where like Cerulean Frost was in front and stuff. It was supposed to be like a bunch of metallic-y kind of colors. I guess this one, Cinnamon Satin, probably shines up really well.
Yeah. Folks, it's
But
Citrine.
up next, Citrine is a...
Citrine is more tolerable than most yellows, but still a bit much.
Citrine is a really, really nice color in the context of what it's named after. Citrine gemstones are actually very nice.
And also lemons from the citrine family of rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah. A
Citrine
little known fact,
rocks.
lemons are just edible rocks.
We're gonna get up to Citron. Citrons are literally the next thing, though.
Yup. So citrine is a nice edible rock. No, but citrine is I mean, this is nice. I still think it would be like a B, maybe, because it's like a more functional
I think this
yellow,
is a B,
but
yeah.
it's still a lot.
Citrine sounds like a pretty good B, I think. I agree with you. Now, okay, so like Citron is literally the next color that we're judging. And okay, so I know that we have kind of judged this shade of green yellow harshly before, but I think this is the best one so far.
This is the right one. Yeah, no, this is what
Yeah.
it should be. Yeah, this is the color of a citrus fruit that is exactly halfway between a lemon and a lime, because that's kind of what a citron is.
Sorta, yeah. And like, this one right here is the shade that I would associate with those. It's not quite acid green, because acid green feels kind of gross to look at. It's not the booger busters or whatever it's called for that other one.
This ain't Booger Buster. If you hold this up to Booger Buster, you can see Booger Buster is considerably more pale. This is like close to bitter lemon, but it's more fresh than bitter lemon.
Yeah. Citron, I think this is I think this is an A.
I'd see this as
I feel like
A.
this one's an A.
Yeah, A or B is where I was feeling with Citron, because it feels like it's still not an incredible color, but it is the incarnation of this that you would want. And speaking of an incarnation of a color that directly references another thing, next up we have Claret, whatever, and it's wine. It's wine, baby.
Yeah. That's very wine.
It's wine.
That's an extremely wine color.
In fact, let me just click here. It redirects to the color wine. The color Claret, yeah.
Claret is just a particular shade of wine that is... It's nice and purple, while still being very red. It's very close to Tyrian purple, actually, which was the historical, exceptionally valuable purple dye.
I like Claret.
I like it. It's good.
This is an S for me. This is an S red.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yep.
Claret definitely deserves that S. That's some good stuff. And again, coming up with more things named after other things.
Yeah. Can you read the code off for this one?
Yep. That'd be 0047AB.
Cobalt blue. Oh, this is beautiful. What a good blue.
This is a good fucking blue. Yeah.
Damn. This would be one of them
after.
that I feel like is in that it's so close to the S plus family, and it's just a little off. This is a pretty clean S, I think. But like, damn, that's a good blue.
That is some nice fucking blue. And this is definitely modern Sonic Blue. Yeah, this is 100%
This is
modern
Sonic blue. Yeah.
Okay. Up next is another what the fuck one.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the name up first.
D2691E.
Yeah, the name here is Cocoa Brown, and read that code off again.
D2691E.
All right, here we go. Everybody stand back. I'm about to make brown on the screen. Come on. What is going on with brown today? Why can the internet not know what brown? What?
I just looked at it. This is literally identical to Web Chocolate.
Why can
they're
no
100% the same color?
Why can no one do brown good? Why do they say chocolate and then they make it this gross orange? Stop it.
I'm just gonna go ahead and just put down like
F is also web chocolate. Get it together.
Yeah, so / Cocoa Brown, because they're the same fucking color.
They're the same. Get an eyedropper and take a bit from a bean, a cocoa bean, and then see that it's not this, you fucking buffoons.
Thank you, JD Werewolf, for the follow.
God, see what we put up with here?
Fuck off.
See what we put up with at the Color Labs? All right, 965A3E. Up next, it's Coconut.
It's Coconut. That's also not really coconut. Coconuts are like a more orangey brown, aren't they? Like,
yeah, and they're more brown in general.
Yeah.
I mean, this is pretty close to like a brown sugar. This is very close to a brown sugar. I think it feels like
it's not bad.
I'm like comparing it side by side with brown sugar, and I feel like they're borderline identical.
Yeah. I'll put it exactly right, like around the same place.
Yeah. Coffee, similarly, I think is right. Coffee is literally between Cafe au lait and Cafe Noir. I will put it on the screen for a second. 6F.
Put it up its place. Yeah, it is pretty much exactly between Cafe au lait and Cafe Noir.
Yeah.
You're right.
This is just coffee, regular style. And I feel like it falls between the other two coffees of coffee black and coffee with milk. Which makes sense. Alright, next up we have Columbia Blue.
Which is another university blue, and it's another bad one.
Yeah, let me see here.
At C4, D8, E2.
Ugh. That's like a bad sky blue. That's like an actively bad sky blue, I think.
It's only barely blue. Like, you can tell that there's color to it, but it's like, it's not... There's not much color to it, first off. It's quite dull.
It literally looks like they took a good sky blue and then we're like, oh shit, that one's already taken. Put some gray in it. Like...
Yeah. I'm putting you down at D.
D. Yeah, D, absolutely.
Columbia Blue. Why are there so many boring blues when it comes to United States sports teams and university sports teams? All right, so we got
F88. 3. What is it?
7-9.
All right, that's Congo Pink, baby. Yeah.
That's Congo Pink. It's
salmon.
Very salmony. Yeah. See?
It's an okay salmon. C, yeah. Sure. C sounds about right. Hey, thinking of pizza buses slugs coming up this last.
Yeah, thanks so much. Same here. I appreciate it a lot. Thanks a ton for the support.
All right.
Yeah, this is salmon. Can we just put it at C and just be cool with it?
Yeah. No, I was already moving on to copper. I was already planning on going to copper.
Now, copper, though. Copper's good stuff.
Yeah, and this isn't the best representation of copper on the planet.
No, it's not. It's not. But it is still, because real copper is more orange than this. This is a very solid brown, of just dark brown, sort of. Well, not even dark. It's like a medium brown kind of shade. Whereas real copper is definitely more orange and more...
Yeah.
It's got redder tones.
I think
this is still a fine color, though.
I think this is an A tier one because I would like it to be a little redder. I would like to have a little more zazz. I would say this is like... And this is like an A copper, and then copper just with a little polish, if you will, quickly shoots up to S and S+.
It makes a very nice metallic color, though. The moment that's got a sheen on it, that'd be very, very good.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Up next, AD6F69. Nice.
Copper penny.
I don't have pennies that are that color.
I have literally never seen a penny be this color in my life.
Yeah, and this is a weird brown purple kind of color. It's weird. It's hard to describe, actually.
What kind of penny? What kind of penny?
I don't know.
What?
One of the okay. This is the exact same. Okay, remember I described how there was a lot of bad colors from the same one that Cinnamon Satin came from?
This
is one of those, it turns out.
That would explain it. Yeah, this feels like a D tier to me. Like, it's just really, it's not good at anything, and it's not representative of what it's supposed to be either. Like, it just kind of is a failure on all fronts, but it's not actively, aggressively trying to stab me in the eyes. So I'd say it's a D.
Like, Copper Penny is kind of like, okay, you could use Copper Penny as, if you were trying to draw a Copper Penny, you would use it as kind of a mid-tone before, like, the bright parts of it and the dark parts of it, and that's about the best you could do. It's not a primary color of any sort.
Moving on to the next color, which is the color of a clean Copper Penny. It's Copper Red.
Yes.
See,
this is the copper I was talking about.
This is Copper Penny. Yeah, this is it. Yes. Hey, we found it. It's right here.
I'm going to argue this goes up to S immediately, and then we can describe why.
Yeah, S right on the spot. Yeah, for sure. This is like what I want out of a copper metal color. Yeah.
Exactly. This is what I would describe copper as. This is the color, 100%.
Yeah. This is the kind of thing with all those like deep rich greens that we've been just talking about and having a hoot and holler about, just talking about how much we love British racing green. Oh, this is the color that goes with all of it. Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
What's that one owl Pokemon? It was like last generation that everybody was all shitting about. Well, his whole design is literally just copper red and deep rich greens because it looks so good.
Rowlet.
Elves,
Yeah,
as
Rowlet.
all elves from Lord of the Rings or whatever, they're all wearing this. From D&D, this is their favorite for good reason.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Y'all hear about these elf guys? They love the shit out of copper red and
Copper
British
red.
racing green.
Beloved color of the elves.
And British racing green, beloved color of
Beloved
the
color
elves.
of the elves, British racing green. And next up we have Copper Rose.
Which is a slightly more pleasant copper penny, basically.
Yeah, I think
It's 9966666, which is a great hex code.
I would say this is like a low C.
Yeah, it's just barely more pleasant than copper penny is.
Yeah.
It goes a little bit harder in on the purplish tones of it, and like I could see this more as like this is just dark copper basically, whereas copper penny feels like it's the same shade, same luminosity as the other two, but is just the wrong color.
All right,
So
next
yeah, C
color.
sounds good.
I am going to argue for S plus. Everybody stand back because this is cockleescent,
Coco.
That's right.
It's
that.
Coco.
It's the color of poppies, and it is incredible. This color stands out more than anything else. Like, this is... So, remember how I was talking to people about, like, you know, the concept of this is all the fun you can have with orange, but pulled back? This is all the fun you can have in orange, but we didn't pull back at all, but you still can enjoy looking at it. This is orange and red as fuck. This is orange with just a little bit of a cut of red in there. Like, we are talking all in full saturation, full brightness, but just enough red to take the edge off. This is like, this falls in that Tangelo category of colors that I just love so fucking much. Like, I have definitely seen this color used on cars, and it looks so good. It looks so good. Like, a lot of people paint their cars like candy apple red. Looks awful. Looks garbage. This color fucking rips. So good. This color is the color of no fear. Like, this is the opposite of, well, I wouldn't say it's the opposite of, but it's like a similar vein as like how royal purple is just very strong and out there and out front and shows no shame. This color also is just, you're putting it fucking out there. Loved, hated, never ignored. S plus. That's my take.
I put it up at S plus for you.
How do you feel about it? I know you don't
I would
like
put it
oranges
at
as
S.
much. Okay.
I would put it at S.
Well,
So, like, I could do either or, frankly, but I personally would put it at S.
All right. Well, for one that I'm considerably less into, because it is the opposite. It is that color, but going the other direction. It's coral.
Yeah, it's coral, which I think coral is fine. If you're gonna have a salmon kind of shade, coral is a perfectly fine salmon adjacent shade.
This is because
it's definitely got that.
This is the orange salmon as opposed to the pink salmon, which gets a little bit gross.
Which is much more pleasant, I feel like.
Yeah,
this is like
coral's like A for me, probably.
Yeah, coral is. I think A sounds good. Coral is where I want any given somewhere between orange and pink shades to be. That's where I want it. It's good.
This is like, you could see this being used in Splatoon a lot, for example.
Yes.
And with good reason, because this is like a good muted color that still fits into their normal, very bombastic schemes.
Right. Now, on the other hand, coming up immediately after this at F88379.
Just do it. You go for it. You got this one.
Yeah, it's coral pink, which is like explicitly the opposite of what we're going for. You know, all the praises that we just sung for coral pink gets none of those because it's going harder on the pink. So yeah, I would put that down as this is a C.
This is a C for me.
Yeah.
And now again on the opposite side. We
get into
red at FF4040.
Which I like this one a lot. Like, again, this is like, instead of, this is like, okay, you take coral pink, but you remove all of the orange from it and just have it more red. And like, yeah, you get something that's even better again. And coral red is great. It's a nice solid shade of red. I would say that's an A.
Yeah, that's an A for me. Definitely. All right. Next we have Cordovan.
Yeah, which is
Yeah, let me get this pulled in real quick. What's that hex value?
let me check that out. It is 893 F45.
Gross. Don't
This
like
would be a
one.
nice shade of color for leather to be, and that's about all I can say about it.
Yeah,
like
it's just making me think back and wishing Cinnamon Satin were here.
yeah.
This is just Cinnamon
not into it
Satin,
either.
but you put like you just darkened it and made it a little muddled. This isn't quite Catalba either, because Catalba was darker. Catalba had its own character. So
Catalba has like grape notes to it. It you know, and this doesn't.
Yeah.
This doesn't have that at all.
I think it's worse than Cinnamon Satin and Catalba in both directions. So this would be a
I would say
shadow
this is just
for stuff, but yeah. This feels like
I would say this is a D.
this is a D for me. Yeah, agreed.
For
All right,
Dovin.
we have another attempt for universities to get it together.
And I think they succeeded at this one, actually.
B31, B1B. I put in C's because I'm dumb. B31, B1B. There we go.
Okay, well, so I just checked, and I know why we like this one.
Why is
This
that?
is just carnelian.
They just took
exact
another
same guy.
color. Okay, they just took another
Yep.
color and used it. All right. Hey, you know what? You
So,
chose a better
I'm an
one,
S.
but don't pretend it's your own color. You wads.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Carnelian gets rated the same as Cornell Red because it is
Yep.
the same.
I just went ahead and went up to carnelian to put / Cornell red because they're the same.
Yes. All right, folks.
It's a really nice red.
It's time for the color that Andy has been waiting for all day. But unfortunately for Andy, the web version comes up first. So I know Andy's been waiting. Y'all been waiting for this one. And I don't blame you. It's a classic. It's Cornflower Blue Web Edition.
Web edition. I actually like this.
Yeah.
Cornflower blue. This is the kind of like this is the saturated kind of middle tone blue that I quite like. Actually, this is good.
Yeah,
I like it.
it's a solid Cornflower Blue.
Yeah.
It's a little more
I
towards
would
the
put
purple
this-
side, but like actually looking at a cornflower plant, I would say this
They're
is
already on the
closer-
purple side.
They're extremely to the purple side. Yeah, I would say this
Yeah.
web cornflower blue is actually more accurate to cornflowers than the next cornflower blue we are going to see.
Yes. I'm gonna put this at S. I actually
take
quite
it.
like this.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Yeah,
Cornflower-
yeah, for sure. It's like a really nice purpley blue, but just a hint of purple, just the thought of purple. And
Yeah.
it really makes it
Web
pop.
colors. You didn't fuck up this time. You did great.
Good
with this
stuff,
one.
web colors. You get one. See, we're not biased against any one thing. It's just a matter of like, hey, it's colors in a vacuum, baby. That's all we do here.
Mm-hmm.
And next one is 93CCEA with Cornflower Blue from Crayola. Did I type that in right?
93CCEA.
EA. Yeah, okay.
I
that
think you
is-
put 3A, but
no, okay, so what is it? 93CCEA.
CCEA. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, that's it. It's weird. It looks super different on the Wikipedia page. Huh.
Huh. Yeah, you're right.
Also, the
Look,
RGB
yeah.
values aren't even slightly the same. Because the RGB value off this hex code is 147204234. And the RGB they have for Cornflower Blue Crayola is 159. You know what? I'm going to put in the RGB value here. So it's 159. And 222. Okay, that's the one that's actually on the page. So we're going to go with that. So they fucked up their hex codes. The hex code is actually 019FDE. Get it together, Wikipedia. I can't believe this. But
Thank you, newbie, for the resub, by the way.
Yeah, this is the Cornflower Blue of actuality.
Yes. This is a good blue as well, though, for what it's worth.
Yeah.
I think this is a, you know, it doesn't quite hit the cyan / turquoise notes. It looks still distinctly blue. So I would still call it just blue, but it's
saturated, but
it feels a lot like,
which I like.
Yeah, it feels a lot like the, you know, the Crayola Cerulean a lot too. Like they're similar colors and they're very nice.
They're actually
I don't like it as much as the wet version.
They're very similar colors. In fact, I would go as far as to say, where is Crayola Cerulean?
It's on A. Yeah, see, I was about to say that I was going to put it on A anyway.
A. Yeah, this should also be A, because I'm comparing them, and they're really fucking close.
They're not the same, but they're very close.
Yeah. We will skip Corn Silk, because it is off-white. We will go
It is just another off-white. Yep.
Cosmic Cobalt, which, strong name. How are you going to fare in the arena of colors? 2E2D88. Ooh. I see, this is like, this falls short of the Pantone Blue Electric that I like so much, but it is very close to that.
It's close to, it's not quite a cobalt. It's more purple than like the Cobalt Blue, Pantone Blue, all of those nice dark, deep blues. It's nice. It's not bad at all. It just doesn't quite hit.
It's muted compared to like Pantone Blue and Cobalt Blue. I still like it. I think this is an A-tier blue. I think it's a solid A-tier blue.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree with that entirely.
We will also be skipping Cosmic Latte, as it is also.
We already had the discussion on that. Yeah. That is in fact the beige that the universe is.
Oh, is it? Okay, so Cosmic Latte is universe beige. Good.
Yeah. It's almost the exact same as the beige we covered up at top.
All right, then up next will be Coyote Brown.
Coyote.
613C. Thank you for the resub. Coyote Brown. Yes. Okay.
It's all right.
I'd put it below brown sugar for sure.
Yeah. I would put it. Yeah, I would put it down on B then. Yeah. This is a B brown.
This is a B tier brown. It's a little dirty in a way that I'm not super into.
Up next is another one of those pretty pleasant alongside Charm, Cherry Blossom, Carnation pinks, Cotton Candy pink. They're the same. They're all on A.
D9. Yeah, and honestly, this is the pink in particular that if I were to push for any of the pleasant pinks to be an S, it would probably be this one, but I'm not that passionate about it. I do think it is still just a very high A. I just think this is one of the high A pinks for sure.
Yeah, I would push for Cherry Blossom pink over it instead because I like the slight increase on the red. Very slight increase on the red. But again, I think that they also all still deserve to be an A, actually.
I can see either, yeah, for sure.
Cream is another off-white.
The next up is Crimson.
It's kind of, yeah, Crimson, here we go.
Ooh. I don't know if this is what I would call Crimson necessarily, but...
Crimson is red with the very slightest bit of blue to it, basically. And like, that is what this is, but I wouldn't call this one the Crimson, right? Like, this is just... I could agree with this being called a Crimson, but I wouldn't just call it Crimson.
This is a mathematical Crimson, but it's not like a in the wild Crimson.
Yeah. I think
this is just an A or a B tier red.
I think this is a B. This is a B.
I'd say this is a B tier red for me. I'm just not big on the accent of Crimson overall. I think the next Crimson I am much more fond of.
Yeah.
Which, let me just go ahead and Crimson UA. And then it's AF002A.
Thank you, Arkin Black, for the resub. And I mean, hey, your name is already Arkin Black. You can change to Mathematical Crimson if you want.
Yeah. See, now, this is Crimson I can get into.
This is what I would describe as Crimson, yeah. The very slightly darker, slightly more blue to it. This is what I would call Crimson.
Yeah, because the other one had like a little bit of green mixed in as well. This one has no green, just straight blue, 175, 042. So just all in on that blue. And yeah, it's considerably darker than the other one, but the saturation is still maxed out. This is like an S tier crimson for me. Like, this is a really solid
Yeah.
red. This is one of those reds that I would say is like an elemental red that deserves to be in S tier for sure. And this
Yeah,
is the
this is,
University of Alabama crimson, which is like the classic crimson, I believe. If it is the University of Alabama one. Is University of Alabama, is that the Crimson Wave or whatever?
No, you're right. Yeah, Crimson Tide of the University of Alabama. You're correct.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Next one
Harvard's
we will not
athletic
be
teams are the
rating,
Crimson
but I
Small.
would like to at least have a second to talk about the fact that there is a color, quote unquote, named Cultured, and it is the
I
most
look at this.
boring thing I've ever seen in my life.
For what it's worth, I looked at this, and that's because these are all of these colors that are just this are supposed to be followed with pearl. So it's cultured pearl, but they removed the pearl because every single one of these, like in the same 16 color pack, are something pearl. So they just called it cultured.
So this is Cultured Pearl. It's just white. We're not ranking it.
It's just white.
It
Yeah.
sucks. Yeah, it's just white. However, this next one is mathematically the hottest cyan at 0, and then the rest Fs, which I feel like we have been over because that is literally also aqua.
It's just aqua.
And
yeah.
so
Which,
this is ranked the same as aqua because aqua and cyan are literally 0, F. That's another hot cyan, baby. And now it's time for the real shit, the one I have been waiting to rank for a while. That's right, baby. It's Cyber Grape.
now we're talking.
4, 2,
Cyber Grape.
Cyber Grape. That's Cyber Grape, baby.
It's also a good shade of purple.
That's a really
Cyber
nice
Grape
purple.
deserves it.
Yeah, I actually
Yeah.
really like Cyber Grape. Cyber Grape I can get into. I'm glad that Cyber Grape is very good on top of everything else. Yeah, I'm unironically in for Cyber Grape. I think is Cyber Grape S? Are we giving Cyber Grape an
Cyber
S?
Grape's S. Yeah, I put a
Grape's
Cyber Grape on
isn't
S.
it? Yeah, congratulations, Cyber Grape, for being S tier. No one saw it coming with a name like Cyber Grape. Everyone was thinking less of you, but damn.
See, here's the thing. Followed up immediately with a similar one.
Yeah, which is Cyber Yellow.
Which I think is pretty similar to Banana Yellow. I want to check to see if it's exactly the same or not. It's not. It's not quite at Banana Yellow. And like looking at them side by side now, I can tell you that definitively that they're not. But I do still really like the shade of yellow as well.
Cyber Yellow is just a little bit more pure yellow than Banana. I think
Yes.
I think it is one tier below Banana Yellow, which I think Banana Yellow is
Agreed.
S+. So I think that means this is an S, I think.
Yes, which means Cyber Grape and Cyber Yellow get to hang out as at the same level.
Congratulations to the Cyber Colors for being S tier. The Cyber Season DLC was very strong, we all agree. But, you know, still really fun to play with. All right, and time for the final color of today. Because this is, I mean, we're going fast. It's just, we're still 4 hours deep and 3 letters in.
Yes.
And the last color of the day is Cyclamen at F56FA1. That's not right.
And
oh, I did the
this is
thing.
a-
I did the stupid thing where I mix up F and the number 4 in my brain because I have that for dyslexia and nothing else. All right, this is Cyclamen.
it is a perfectly serviceable pink.
Yeah, I think this falls around Brink Pink. I think it's above Brink Pink because this isn't salmony. This isn't as salmony as Brink Pink. Maybe by Baker Miller Pink, probably.
We put that on what, B? Or no, we put Baker Miller Pink at C. Okay.
So I think B. I think this is a B Pink, maybe.
Yeah. Sure.
It's a little too
Cyclamen.
zazzy to fall into the nice, pleasant A pinks. I think this is a B pink.
Yeah. It's a good it is a very good color for flowers to be though, which is what it's based off of, the Cyclamen flowers.
And looking at Dion, I'm very excited because first of all, we're gonna hit some good colors. Also, D, E, and F are all relatively short. G and H are combined. I and K are combined. So yeah, we actually got through a large amount. We won't really hit anything else in like a big patch until we hit M. And then
L and M are both quite large.
yeah, L gets quite a bit because there's a lot of light variants. Like there's light this. There's also Linurple, which I'm just gonna say right now. Fuck off. No, why are you naming it Linurple?
You can't name something Linurple.
Oh, I'm just gonna name it Linurple. All right. Well, I'm gonna be done for the night. I don't know if you're gonna keep streaming or not.
No, I'm done.
Right.
This was a surprising amount of work. That's the way I'd put it.
Yeah. Keeping everything up. And more than I thought it would be. Good time though. I liked it. I did actually think a lot about colors in a fun way that I don't think I have before. Well, shall we team raid somebody?
Yeah, sure.
I was thinking, let's see. Oh, is this a fundraising thing? 1 second, I'll figure out what they're doing. I don't know. Do you just wanna raid Smite? Doing some Mario Maker?
Sure.
All right, sick. I'll catch y'all later, everybody. Thanks, y'all. If you found this life hack useful, like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Take it easy. Have a good one.